Why, hello, my lovely peeps. How is everybody doing today? It is Wednesday, in brackets, my dudes, and I am feeling slightly peaky. I know. It is fairly tragic, but we'll get through it. I have a little bit of, gastritis, which basically means my stomach lining. When I get stressed, my stomach lining gets angry, and it makes me have a tummy ache. That's it. I have a terminal case of a little bit of a tummy ache, but we're powering on through. Woo! Yeah, baby! Hey, Blues! Thank you so much for the sub, and 10 months in a row. That is incredible. I appreciate you a lot. Hi, Cess. Hi, Dean. Hi, Swell. We're just gonna have a chill one today. I am still moist from the shower, and I dropped a cup of tea on my feet, and we're just gonna get through it. We're just gonna have a nice little chat. I've got so many things I want to talk about with you guys today. It's not even funny. So, I'm live. I'm moist. I nearly dropped a second cup of tea. I'm trying not to drink coffee because of my tummy ache. And then I drink tea, and then the tea sabotages me. You have some good news? I'd love to start the stream with some good news. That would be delightful. I'm going to sit back and be comfy. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Ooh. I feel suspicious at this angle. You've got 2 bits of good news. Oh, my God. How's your boob job? Just kidding. What is it? Come on. Don't keep me waiting. Do I have any good news? I don't know. I don't feel like I do. I think I have normal news. You know, life has been normal. We got fiber to the house. That's so good. That is actually the best news of all. That is the best possible news. Having 500 fucking megabits of delicious internet. It's one of the reasons that moving would suck so much. Is I don't know if I could go back to regular internet. It's cruel. You picked up some gorgeous Calosia plants. I'm going to look up what that is. I don't know what that is. But I'm going to find out, and I will show the people. I'll send you a pic. It's alright. I'll Google it. There we go. Also, Florence is parading about in the background, probably ready to terrorize the public. So prepare for that. Oh my god, they are lovely. Hang on. Oh, my Stream Deck. Why? One of the many things that keeps breaking is the Stream Deck screen just dies, and then sometimes it comes back and sometimes it just turns into the Elgato logo. This is one of the times where it's just the Elgato logo. Hold your bobs. I will give the cat a treat. I'm just going to unplug and replug the Stream Deck for the second time in 15 minutes. God damn it. I should make it redeemable that I do a god-awful American accent. Piss off the Americans. Ugh. Gosh darn it, my Stream Deck don't work. Okay, so update. This is what Cess's plants look like. Isn't that delightful? Ah, we love to see it. Continuing update. Let's see if we can get some Florence activities. Florence! I saw you padding around just a moment ago. Let's see if she comes to the crinkling. I'm not going to stand up at this juncture and pick her up. Oh, there she is. Florence? My evil bean, how are you? Let us give you some floor treats. I've sprinkled them on the floor for her, like she's some common cat. Blossom is so saying trans rights, except for the yellow. The yellow kind of ruins it. But other than that, it's saying trans rights. I think the yellow's supposed to be like a bee or something. But, yeah. Oh, great. Yeah, I don't know. Unsolicited plant pics, exactly. Bernie got pampered last night, brilliant. Honestly, I love everything that's going on in your household right now. Yeah, unsolicited plant pics. They are a slightly penile looking plant, you know? They're thrusting in the direction of the situation, so yeah. Anyway, Florence has her treats. I feel like this background music is too background, although I'm just in acoustic. I can't be dealing with anything that's too upbeat right now. I needed something mellow. And I don't know what the hell... Yeah, this is some, ominous dwarven vibe. Okay, we're gonna swap... Alright, what is acoustic doing for us? This seems pleasant enough. Slightly ominous, like a little backroomsy. This doesn't even seem acoustic to me, but whatever. I'm not going to argue with what the musicians have to say for themselves. Anyway, yeah, what was I saying? Sorry there was no stream on Monday. As I said, I've been a little bit ill. And I haven't been ill in ages, and it's just, thankfully I'm not actually ill. It's just like, I've been a bit stressed and like shock. This has been a stressful year. You know what I mean? Like, shocker, my body is still a bit stressed, you know? So we're just going to be taking it easy. In general, I was like almost gonna not stream today and like just rest, and I was like, we can just take the resting to the stream, you know what I mean? We can drink tea and chat. It doesn't have to be like 600 layers of procedure. We can just vibe. So we're just gonna vibe. Yeah, and we've got, as I said, I have so many things to talk about, it's not even funny. This one actually is local. I feel like you guys will appreciate this. It gave me a giggle. So a lot of you guys who know like even the least bit about London probably know that we have been besieged for the last like 10 years with these American candy shops. And the American candy shops are... So it is like a penis. That's interesting. Yeah, you bought peanut plants. I looked at it and I thought, that's a little penisy. That's why they're on a deal. What can I say? They're on a deal for a good reason. Yeah, let me show you. I need a pointed stick so I can lean forward to my stream deck. So, this made me laugh, right? So, London has been besieged with, these friggin' American sweet shops, especially on Oxford Street. And Oxford Street is like a very famous high street where lots of like the first of a shop are, or like the biggest version, like the biggest fucking H&M is like 19 floors is there and stuff like that. So they keep getting in trouble because everyone's like, these are covers for money laundering, or like they're selling illegal items, or, you know, they're also just kind of ruining the high street. Because like, as much as it's fun to have like one shop where you can buy Twinkies, like having 9 shops all selling the same complete crap kind of sucks, right? So I'd heard about this one in the past because they got in trouble for charging a customer £900 for 2 packs of sweets. And obviously I was like, oh, that is a bad day. That is such a bad day if you're like a tourist. And then yeah, so they've been done in the past for scamming, right? Because obviously what most people do is obviously this might have been an accident. Like, I am not the lawyer, so I don't know if it was an accident. But like, I think the way that they had already been in trouble for this happening, it wasn't a case of like, oh my God, I put in the wrong number. It was supposed to be $8.99. Let me like refund it and then sort it all out. I think maybe they were just like, well, everyone's just tapping. Let's see how much we can charge. But yeah, so somebody bought 2 packs of sweets and got charged £900. Well, the same shop, which is called London Aero, has apparently been fully raided, right? I've already read this and I was like shocked because they didn't just like find some shit. They fully raided the shop. And they found that they were selling magic mushroom cookies. Has anybody heard of magic mushroom cookies? Because I haven't. I don't even know that that was a possibility. I thought you just had to turn it into tea. And so, yeah, they've just been selling these to, like, random people on the street. And, like, I'm not... Like, this the thing, is mushrooms used to be legal if they were sold undehydrated, I believe it was. And so you had to dehydrate them and process them yourself. So you could buy the mushroom, but you couldn't buy them, like, for drug taking. I mean, bear in mind, they grow all over England. So it's not, like, that hard to get your hands on them, like, if you care. Like, if you go to Wales, they're everywhere. And I'm not a big... I'm not a fan of drugs being illegal in general because I don't think it's helpful. But I also am not a fan of, like, stuff like mushrooms being made illegal. I think that that's kind of ridiculous. That being said, I do think it's kind of crazy that, like, in any random London, like, shop that sells, like, fake Oxford you know, sweatshirts and stuff, you can also just pick up some cookies. And then, what if you didn't notice? Like, what does real mushroom inside mean? You know, how high would these cookies make you? I don't know. I don't know if you just buy those by accident. They do look kind of skanky though, so yeah, I don't know what to make of that. But yeah, apparently, yeah, they were called Magic Dragon and Game Over. You never go to Wales when I'm there. I'm half Welsh and I never go to Wales. This is the thing, right? What is there to do in Wales? Like, I think Wales, there are benefits to live in, but I don't know if there's benefits to, like, visit that much. Unless you want to... Okay, it's got beautiful coastline, but it's nearly always raining. It's got a cool mountain, but it's full of pricks. They've got... This is not acoustic. What kind of acoustic playlist is this? I can hear trumpets. Can you guys hear this? I'm not sure how loud it is for you guys, but if you can hear it, like, this is a full fucking reggaeton vibe. I don't know. Clearly they don't know what acoustic means. Anyway, so apparently they were selling hashish and White Widow CBD products. Oh yeah, this was from the Harry Potter shop next door. So there's the fucking London Nero shop that's selling these illegal cookies. And I'm pissed off because if I'd have known they were there, if I'd have known they were for sale, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying, I just wish I had known. All right, it would have been useful information. That being said, where are these being made? Drug candy shop with a hate crime shop next door. How fun! Literally, it's one of the things I hate most about London tourist spots is how fucking Harry Potter they are. Like, it is vile. But yeah, so the fucking knockoff Harry Potter shop was selling illegal weed products, which is hilarious. And then they apparently, yes, they were selling CBD cookies, magic mushroom cookies in 2 different kinds. Then apparently, this is the best bit, 2 of the shop assistants ran away, right? So the police storm in, 2 shop assistants are like, no, I'm out, right? They ran away. Downstairs, using a secret exit, hidden behind a panel in the basement wall, right? So they escape back up to street level. But in doing so, they led the police officers to the hidden room, which was full of thousands of pounds of counterfeit goods. Which just makes everything so much worse. It's so fucking funny that, like, the police didn't even know they were looking for that. They're there looking for, like, magic mushroom cookies or whatever. Or being like, guys, you can't keep charging Americans £900 for 2 packs of sweets. You're losing your shit. And then they escape through the secret back wall and then reveal all of the shit. So apparently the fake goods had a street value of about £80,000, which is a fair amount. Yeah, so Westminster City Council brought a case following the discoveries of cookies and CBD goods based on unauthorized food products bearing non-English food labels. But yeah, so now I'm never going to get any illegal CBD cookies. I'm never going to get any illegal magic mushroom biscuits. Frankly, I'm furious. And once again, these fucking candy shops are just the most illegal places. And it's so funny. Yeah, no, truly, it is such like a Harry Potter-esque escape. It's like, oh, I've disappeared through the magic back door and the Harry Potter fucking shop is so stupid. But yeah, even fucking York is Harry Bastard Potterfield. The shambles are full of the cunt and his twatty friends. Yeah, because that's probably what people think fucking hogsweed or whatever it's called in the thing is like in the book. They're like, oh, you know, oh, it's so quaint. I mean, it's weird because I was talking to a friend of mine who's Australian and she was listing off films that, like, when you are not English and you grew up watching English films, these are the films that, like, you associate so strongly with England. It's like how you think it's going to be. And like, so yeah, she was listing off all these films and I was like, what the fuck? Like, you must have been so disappointed when you got here, you know? Yeah, the chamber was supposed to be secret. It was, and it did not stay secret. But yeah, no, I thought that was so fucking ridiculous and funny. Yeah, so we've lost another shop, hopefully. I assume it's getting shut down. Also, I need to turn the song down. I think, is it too loud for you guys or is it right for you guys? Also, should I find a different playlist? I think it was too loud. I think that was what was bothering me. Actually, I'm gonna skip to the next one. Because, like, this shit is not acoustic. Anyway. Yeah, how was everybody's weekend? Did you have a good one? I had a boring one, actually. I had a really boring one. I was doing, like, a big clean and, like, organizing stuff. And, yeah, then all of a sudden the weekend was over and it was Monday. And then I had a tummy ache. It was pretty tragic. It'd be better if there was no tunnel, and instead they kept running into a wall on shrooms thinking it was a tunnel. I think the police might have noticed. Like, I will say the police are famously not the most, what is it when you notice something? Not objective. You know, they don't necessarily always notice things. Observant, yes. They're not the most observant. That being said, I think that they might notice. Also, if I know anything about dodgy businesses, and I have been involved as a child, my family ran a few businesses. They won't let you take shit for free. I'm telling you that right now. You're not getting any of those wee cookies for free. Ridiculous. No chance. So, yeah, that was pretty tragic. And, you know, I will say, actually, that at one point, I don't know if I told you guys this, like, honestly, forever ago, like a couple of years ago, a bunch of teens barged their way into my apartment block, and they were being teens all over the stairs. They were smoking cigarettes. They had a beer or two. But they were, like, putting out cigarettes on the carpet and stuff. And it was just kind of like, guys, you don't live here. Just don't do that. So they barged past Sophie. She was the one who, like, accidentally let them in. And she was like, fuck, I've released unruly teens upon the stairs, right? So Sophie was going out, right? She was going to the cinema. So she walked past the police station. She went in and she was like, hey, I'm from this building, and a bunch of teens just came in. Like, could you just, like, would you move them out? Like, they're not supposed to be there, and they're just, like, you know, doing some light havoc, and I shouldn't have let them in, and it was my bad, but I did. So is there any chance that you could, like, walk, like, a couple of minutes and just go move them? And they literally were like, what building's that? And she was like, it's a fucking massive building. It's, like, so close. Because, like, they're not here, but they park loads of cars around here. And, like, there's, like, a consistent beef between the police and their riot vans or whatever and the bus people, because there's, like, an old disused bus lane that sometimes they leave buses in. And actually, weirdly, the bus people have, like, a lunch bus there where it never moves, but it has some tables in it, and people go in there on their lunch break and eat sandwiches. And it's really weird, because you'll walk past, you'll be like, oh, what's this bus? And there's just a guy in there with his, like, tuna mayo baguette from Greg's. But the police keep parking vans there, right? So, like, they keep beefing, and, like, then the police were, like, saying, you can't park there, and then TfL were like, no, this is our spot, you can't take it, and they were both finding each other, and it was a whole drama. So, like, they know my road, because that happens down there. And I was like, guys, how the fuck are you the local police when you don't even know, like, any of the buildings that surround you? It was crazy. I was like, that's insane. I don't even understand. Like, truly bizarre. Oh my god, I forgot about this. Did you guys see this? Actually, on the subject of Harry Potter, this isn't about Harry Potter, but it's based in Edinburgh, and I think that this is from an Edinburgh newspaper, and I just want to say that to anyone who is from Edinburgh, I'm sorry, because you are probably the most besieged by Harry Potter nonsense. So, shout out to my Scots. Because they actually have her. They've got her local. You can't even imagine what she's getting up to. This really gave me a giggle. I don't know if any of you have seen this, but apparently a vegan family who live next door to meat-eating neighbors, as they describe them, have been sending them letters And it was really confusing because it's written in a way where they're like, a vegan family asked their meat-eating neighbors to close their windows when cooking after a barbecue. And I was like, well, you can't barbecue indoors. Like, what does that mean? Right? And so I was really confused by this, like, description. But it actually turns out that it's, like, a long-running beef. And there is nothing more English than having, like, frothing, rage-filled arguments with each other via the backs of envelopes and random bits of paper. Because, like, no one will ever actually have a conversation with somebody. Instead, they'll just, like, send you a letter, and then, like, they'll send you a letter back, and then it will just get worse and worse. Because English people are the best at, like, what's the word? Like, when you're being subtle with being angry. But yeah, they're the best at, like, basically not facing people when they're annoyed by them. Unless it's road rage, and then, or they're at Weatherspoons, and then they will. Passive aggressive, yes. They love some passive aggression, and they also love just the chance to not get mad at people face to face. But it always makes it worse. Because if you talk to someone face to face, it always chills it out so much more than if you start writing each other letters. Like, it's my number one most believed thing. Anyway, a vegan family was left fuming after their meat-eating neighbors ignored a polite request to close their windows during barbecues. And I was like, I still don't understand what that means, right? How are you closing your window on a barbecue? Prompting the plant-based clan to send a stern follow-up note. Okay. The initial letter, which sparked a heated debate online, saw some siding with the vegans' reasonable plea, while others urged the barbecue enthusiasts to carry on grilling in their own garden, right? So, yeah, despite, if they're barbecuing inside, they're idiots. You can't barbecue inside. You'll get carbon monoxide poisoning and die. Despite the mixed reactions, the vegan household felt compelled to issue a last warning, as their initials seemed to fall on deaf ears. The first message from Sarah, Wayne, and kids. Can you believe there is a vegan Wayne? If you'd have said, what's the least vegan name? To me, it would have been Wayne. Like, I can't believe that there is a Sarah and Wayne in England who are like staunch vegans. It just doesn't seem possible, but okay. Hello, neighbor. Could you please shut your side window when cooking, please? My family are vegan. We only eat plant-based foods, and the smell of the meat you cook makes us feel sick and upset. We would appreciate your understanding. However, this courteous approach was met with silence, which, yeah, like, you've got to deal with it. People's food smells are food smells. I mean, it's also like, I got no issue with being vegan. I don't even mind if you think that the food smells gross. But, like, when I live in an apartment block. I can smell other people's food often. I can smell people who smoke. Like, when I go out in the hallway, I smell a lot of stuff. I can't go around knocking on doors saying, well, why did you make that? I don't like the way it smells. It's none of my business. Do you know what I mean? Super swag, I am medium. I have had a tummy ache for a few days. It is pretty tragic, but I think I am recovering. So, in a more confrontational second note, the family accused their neighbors of deliberate provocation and rudeness, as reported by the Mirror. Yeah, I'm okay. That's why I was like kind of late and kind of like, we're just doing a chill one today. I was like, I don't want to put it off because I definitely want to stream and hang out, but I also, yeah, I think it's just stress. I think I've just been low-key stressed a lot, and high-key stressed, and medium-key. There's been a bunch of stress, and like, I think it's just one of those things where like, it just starts to catch up with you a little bit in your body. So like, I'm trying to like communicate to my body, everything's fine, babe. No need to stress. You know, I'm going easy. I'm not gonna lie, the last like 2 days, like I've only been eating like carbs because everything else makes me like feel just not great and makes my stomach hurt. So I spent an entire day lying in bed like, my tummy hurts, drinking Pepto-Bismol. It did nothing, right? I got out of bed and I had a chocolate chip cookie and a lemonade, and I felt 600 times better than I had with any other like attempt I had to feel better. And I will say that Gaviscon, which I have sitting next to me, my queen, has been saving my ass. Feels so much better. So I'm just being really gentle. I haven't had coffee in like 4 days because obviously coffee is quite like strong on your stomach. So I'm looking after myself. We've got Gaviscon. We've got meditation. We've got medicine. We've got everything's fine. But we're just vibing. No coffee in 4 days. And then I made myself my first cup of tea and I dropped it on my foot. I did nothing to deserve that. A cup of green tea on the foot. I even went to the gym yesterday just because I thought that if I'm feeling kind of stressed, then like I didn't do any crazy workout or anything. I just did like a gentle one. But like if you're feeling a bit stressed, like doing a little bit of exercise, like I did a bit of like walking up a hill kind of vibe just to like move my body, because that can really help, because sometimes you sit there and you're stressed and you're like, I feel terrible. And it's like, go and stretch, go and walk, you know? So I did that and I am feeling quite a lot better. But I'm still not 100. So I'm really lucky. I haven't been ill at all since like pretty much everything went down over the summer. I had really bad fatigue. I started taking my folate because it turned out that's what I didn't have any of. And now it feels like I've been feeling so much better. It's just been like really stressful. But yeah, now my tummy hurts. But we'll power on through. We will make it. That's why I'm like wet hair, kind of bedraggled, kind of bum mode today. We're just, you know what I mean? You get what you get. But anyway, let's go back to our vegan drama, because this is so weird, right? In a more confrontational second note, the family accused their neighbor of deliberate provocation and rudeness, as reported by the Mirror. I raised my concerns of the smell of meat making my family feel sick and upset. And you go and have a barbecue on Saturday night inviting lots of people. And you knew this would affect me and my family. And I'm like, you're in England. If the weather is nice on a Saturday, you are either at a barbecue, throwing a barbecue, or thinking I should have had a barbecue. It is a primary England activity, right? It's just a thing that we do, even though our barbecues are generally not very good. Because we all have everyone who has a house has a little bit of garden and they want to use it, right? Which is nice. So, I'm going to be real. If you don't want to smell barbecues, you got to move. I don't know where, but England's just not for you. So anyway, then we've got Sarah Wayne and the kids are back. Hello, Kyle. I want to read it in my best voice. Hello, Kyle. You've taken the mickey out of me and been downright rude. I'll raise my concerns of the smell of meat, making my family feel sick and upset. And you go and have a barbecue on Saturday night, inviting loads of people. And you knew this would affect me and my family. My friend Tina told me you took my letter to social media and it backfired on you, which is just desserts. That's supposed to have 2 S's because dessert has 2 S because you want more of it. That says desert, you plum. Please, no more barbecues, and please keep that window closed when cooking. Otherwise, I'll report you and go to social media too. Sarah Wayne and the kids. This is what I'm saying. Shut your window. Shut your windows. At the point that, like, something is this upsetting to you, which is normal, like, what are they doing? Like, boiling a gammon every day? Like, how much meat smell can they be producing? Even if they're the most English of English people and they're having bacon sandwiches for dinner and bacon sandwiches for breakfast and roast beef for dinner. Like, that's not pumping out beef smell. Like, surely, aside from, like, boiling a gammon or, like, I don't know, like, one of those nasty, you know, where you, like, boil a hoof for ages to get all the fucking meat off it, the jelly. That's gonna have a strong hoof-like smell. But I doubt that Sarah and Wayne are boiling hooves. So, that was the last warning. The saga took another turn when the family discovered their complaint had been shared online, leading to an unexpected backlash. One family member expressed a sense of vindication, saying, oh yeah, blah, 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 my friend Tina. No more barbecues, keep your windows closed. One person criticized the complaint as outrageous. This is unbelievable. They want to tell you how to live in your own home. Another offered an opposing stance. They're both in the wrong. It's such a shame that our society is no community. Oh, that's great! Exclamation mark. If you're asking people to shut your windows, shut your bloody own. Number 2, you can't tell people how to live their lives and what to do. You make changes yourself. Number 3, if your neighbors ask you something kindly and you don't agree, address it like a respectful adult. I'm going to be real with you. If somebody sent me a letter and they were like, you're cooking meat and I don't like the smell, I'd be like, have you lost the plot? Like, have you lost it? Where do you think you are? You know? You're on like a terraced road. Why would you do this? Just get over it. Like, even if you are vegan, right, and you don't like the smell of meat, I don't think that that's going to be enough to make you sick. You know? And I just think that, like, I'm not going to lie, a little bit of me is like, is someone just being wound up here? Like, is it someone's, like, loser friend, like, funny friend, you know, who's just, like, writing these letters and putting them through the door? But, like, they'd know the name of their neighbors, you know? So, like, they know it was real. But, I don't know, it's so weird. I couldn't imagine anyone ever taking their side in it, especially considering they're asking, like, close your windows when you're cooking, but, like, a lot of houses don't have any other ventilation. So, no, you know? Like, having your windows open when you cook is totally normal. And a lot of English, like, stoves or hobs are gas. And I don't know if you've seen it, but there's been studies on how bad your air quality is with gas hobs. So, like, I'd keep my windows open. I don't deserve to get, like, double hob cancer because you don't like the smell of gammon in the morning. Yeah, no. No, I think that's just insane. I think you've just got to start shutting your windows. Or move. Or both. Move. I mean, what are the chances? Like, there are worse things you can sit next to. For a fact. Than annoying neighbor. You know? Oh, what's this? Hang on, I'm getting secret messages. That's kind of low-key hilarious. I'm not getting into it. I'm not getting into it. It's personal drama. But yeah, I don't know. I definitely think that's very strange. Yeah, I think, is there anyone here who's pro the vegans? Is there anyone who's like, if I smell a smell, I will throw up and die, therefore I'd be really mad? Because, like, I know some people have ARFID, which is, like, avoidant restrictive... No. I don't remember what it stands for. Hang on. ARFID. What is it called? Avoidant restrictive food intake disorder, which is, by all counts, not POG. It basically means that people have, like, insanely small amounts of, like, foods that they feel are safe to eat. But, like, that doesn't affect smells. So I don't know. Yeah, it is true. There are air purifiers and stuff. Take that, vegans. What? I mean, I got no issue with vegans. That's the thing, right? I don't really get this, like, take that vegan. I mean, that looks delicious. I would eat that any day of the week. It looks so good. Stunning. Beautiful. But, like, I don't think most vegans, they're not like, this is the thing, right? It's when people are like, oh, well, you're a vegan and I eat meat, so fuck you. And it's like, they're just a vegan, right? It doesn't mean anything about you eating meat. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never really got that, like, when people get really mad about stuff just because somebody else doesn't do their thing. It's like, okay. No one's, like, taking your thing. They're just doing their thing. Big fan of vegans, but there's no responsibility giving off smells when you cook. This is what I'm saying. Like, I have a great respect for vegans because I think it is difficult. And, like, I think that is something that stands in the way of a lot of us being more vegan. Also, like, I love cheese, and unfortunately that is the way that it is. No issues with vegans except for the ones that are like, I'm so vegan. But did you not just do that with I'm so meat eating? Do you know what I mean? If they're not allowed to be I'm so vegan, then you can't be I'm so smoking brisket. You know? Yeah, when people do, what? You don't eat meat? I must mock you. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we need to calm down, you know? Sitting near an old person on the bus that smells of piss is far worse. That's true. I'm very sad. A lot of old people need more support than they get. I wish I could be both vegan and happy. I've tried, and I can't. Yeah, I will say for me, more than even the restriction of items, right? And I would find I do try and skew my diet more protein. Not this week. This week has been all carbs for the sake of my tummy. But I do try and skew my diet a bit more protein. And the protein does not have to be meat. That being said, meat makes that a lot easier. So, like, that's kind of a thing. But I honestly just find the whole, like, planning your meals around making sure that you're hitting, like, every important macro and you're getting the supplements you need and stuff like that just quite overwhelming for me. Do you know what I mean? So I don't. But I respect you if you do. But also it's difficult. But yeah. And also, I don't think you have to be perfect. You can still skew more that way. You can still be like, I am making either more local choices. Because that's one of the things. Is like, my favorite kind of fake milk is either oat, which is local, or almond, which comes from fucking America. I am so confident it makes more sense for me to drink local cow's milk than it does for me to drink almond milk from America. Now, the compromise is just drink oat milk, right? But, like, the point being, yeah, I don't give the tiniest shit if you must have bacon or you will die. Literally. People who it's actually, okay, this is, like, wrong, but whatever, just follow me on this. It's very much giving, you know, when Christians are like, we're the most persecuted, because, like, 3 people are not Christian, and they're like, this is against me and my Christianity. And it's like, everyone's eating double bacon everything and like double meat everything. And then people are like, oh, there's one vegan item on this menu. And it's like, chill out, bro. Chill out. Don't worry about what other people are doing so much. Unless they are writing you letters and then posting them to you. That's it. Stream over. Okay, I've recovered. Tea's gone. The issue I have with bacon, is one, like, it's fine. It's pretty good. It's fine. I like it for its convenience, but I don't like it for the fact that there was that study, or have been a couple of studies about processed meat. So, like, bacon and sausages that have just been like, they kill you. Just like smoking does. And I'm like, don't tell me I have not been smoking all these years out of respect for my body, and also because it is bad for me and it's addictive and it makes you a bit smelly sometimes, and also the tobacco producers are like the most evil companies in the world. I'm out here not smoking mysteriously in a street corner as every teenager wants to do. Also, I had asthma, so that would be even worse. And then I eat some bacon and I get the same thing. No one has ever looked sexy eating a bacon sandwich. Processed bacon? Bacon is processed. Like, bacon is not just sliced off the cow. The cow? The pig. Bacon is a processed meat. Like, the same way, like, salami is processed, or sausages are processed, you know? Yeah, so, like, the same way, like, ham is processed, but, like, chicken breast, is cutting it off the chicken, like, one process? Because, like, wheat is unprocessed. Wheat that's ground into flour is processed, right? But then you get, like, ultra-processed. So I think, like, bacon and sausages count as, like, ultra-processed meat. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, cheese is, like, one layer of processing. Do you know what I mean? Probably if you take it to, like, Borsan, you put little flavors in it, like, the next tier, you know? Because it's all about trying to avoid, like, the highest tier of processed food if you can. And if you can't, like, don't worry. But bacon, apparently, is coming for us. It's coming for your mum. It's coming for your nan. And I'm just like, that's so inconvenient. A pack of bacon to make an omelette with in the morning. So convenient, you know? A little bacon sandwich when you want a snack. Ugh. You know? But no, apparently, but I think it's the nitrates, and I think you can get nitrate-free bacon now, I think. I don't know. I've just not really been eating it. I've actually been doing a great job at eating dinners and a terrible job at eating any other meal because I get my boxes delivered. So I meal prep for the week for dinners. And then every other meal comes at me like a surprise. Like this morning I woke up and I was like, what the fuck? I have to eat breakfast? And like, if I had to do that with other meals, I would, like, every time I have to eat, it takes me by surprise. I don't understand what it is about me that I can't go, well, I'll probably want something for breakfast tomorrow. I'm like, no, I won't be hungry. Why won't I be hungry? Anyway, so I do like the convenience, but I don't like the fact that it's trying to kill me 6 times over Sunday. But, you know, anyway, and that's why I've taken up smoking. No, I'm just kidding. I've not, and I would not, ever. Honestly, the health stuff, 10 out of 10 important. I saw my grandma die of emphysema. Not slay. Very gross. Don't want that. However, those companies are so fucking evil, and they want you to smoke so fucking bad. I would never smoke, even if it was good for me, out of bitterness. Like, fucking hell. I've always put myself in these positions where I have to remember things. John Oliver did an episode about Philip something, the cigarette manufacturer, and like how evil they were. And it was really evil. I wasn't shocked, but still, they're like up there with Dole for levels of evil. And Dole are like overthrowing companies for bananas. Allegedly. I don't know. I don't want to be sued by Big Banana. Philip Morris. Evil. I'm sure they're all equally evil. It was just, that was the episode I watched. I was like tidying my room watching it like, these fucking cunts. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I don't know if I have a specs list anymore. The old list was for all the PCs, and now I'm down to just one PC. And to be honest, the issue I have with this PC is that the window side is facing against the wall, and so I can't see what's in it anymore. So at some point, I will make a list. In fact, I'll write it down so that I will list it. Not that it's doing anything right now, but I will say I want to give it a massive round of applause because it's been an absolute beast handling gaming and streaming at the same time. Because now I'm down to one PC and I don't think we've seen a quality difference. I survived lawn darts. Yellow 5, fluoridated tap water. Look, I don't understand what everyone's got against fluorine. Okay, I'm not saying you have anything against fluorine. I don't get it. Why don't you guys want to have healthy teeth? Rotting teeth, it seems like such a nightmare. I don't get it. Anyone in chat with good PCs? I don't know if I'm running one of the NZXT PCs. I literally can't remember. But if I'm not, then one of the 3 that we used to have was an NZXT pre-build, and it was really good. If you want a pre-built PC, I don't work with NZXT on this channel. Maybe in the future, that would be great. But I do recommend them if you want to get one that's pre-built. Find PC specs. And by that, I mean, look at what my computer says and also turn it around so I can see my GPU. I want to build a PC, but I don't know anything about what I should get. That is fair. I mean, it really depends on what you want to do with your PC, like what you're aiming for, because sometimes you can end up building like a supercomputer when what you want to do is like play some video games. But also sometimes you'll end up building something that's like gaming. Great, that's fine. Gaming is so easy. Honestly, you can build like a pretty mid-tier system, unless you're looking to do like VR in like 4K. You can build like a pretty mid-tier system and be more than fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm doing that and I'm streaming at the same time. Let's have a look. And I've built my own PCs in the past and had a great time. I would do it again. Oh yeah, chat. For Sophie's birthday, she is hosting a talent show. Now, I know this will shock you all to your core, but I am unfortunately pretty talentless. I don't have any standout talents. I have things I'm good at, but they don't count as like a talent, you know? So I am trying to decide what I do in this case, right? Where are the NZXT pre-built PCs? I literally can't see them. I can see components, gaming gear. Where are like the PCs? Mousepad. Don't tell me they stopped selling them. Faison! Thank you so much. You are the best. So, Faison, thank you everybody who can spin a lemon or post your favorite emote, because everyone who subs is a freaking icon. Yeah, I swear like the NZXT website isn't showing me PCs. Sus. Build a PC subreddit? Yes, 100%. Well, the thing is, if you're just looking for like a generalized good gaming PC, you don't really need to delve too deep. There will be a lot of like similar things, and then you can really just go based on like prices and stuff. If you get a bigger bed, you'll have more bedroom, but less bedroom. I would love to get a bigger bed, even though I have a double bed now on my own, which is giving very much. I sleep in a race car bed. But like I have a double bed on my own. But like I would still love to have a bigger bed. But my room is designed in such a way that they put the plugs in and like shaped the room exactly for a double bed. No larger bed will fit without like fucking up the room layout. And I'm like, that's annoying. Why would you do that? It pisses me the hell off. But anyway, whatever, you know, live your life. At least I've got plugs. All right. I've seen some English houses that have one plug on each floor. We have a California King mattress showing up tomorrow. The frame got here. We have a giant wooden frame. Yeah. California King is like unbelievably huge. Like California King is sizes of bed that I don't think the average English person could comprehend. Does that make sense? This one's fucked up, right? It's supposed to stack because you see it stacking, right? It's supposed, and it goes green because it's like, yay, we did it. And then it does it again. But it's supposed to start down here, but it breaks and starts up there. And I don't know why. Because when I do stacking, not through the stream, it works. Yeah. No, it's like, this is what I'm saying. I think I saw my first ever California King bed when I was watching American Horror Story, the cult episode, the cult season, and it sucked, right? It was awful. I think it was the last one I watched because it was just so bad. And like, it was never particularly good, but that was really bad. So basically, in it, there is Sarah Paulson and another woman playing lesbians. I mean, Sarah Paulson is a lesbian. Who's to say about the other woman? But they are already quite small women in a California King bed. And I'd never seen anything like it. It looked like two puppies in an adult's bed. It was bizarre. So like, that sounds good. But at the same time, it is huge. Yeah, if you want to look, I would say, if you want to just essentially look at what somebody else has built and then see what you can build yourself, the NZXT Player 2 is a really good gaming PC. Like, it's just a really good gaming PC. Have a look at everything they've got in there, and then you can decide on the build you want to do. Because they do also sell a bunch of peripherals, so if you want to buy, like, a case or whatever, they do good cases. And then what was that brand? Is it Fractal who do wooden cases? Those are pretty cool as well. So, like, depending on the vibe you want to go for. Are you done with Expedition 33? No, not even nearly. I just haven't finished it yet or been playing that much of it. Yeah, swimming. It's going to fit 3 people just fine. We fit 3 now. Oh my God. Hell yeah. Are you taking off to Cupcake? You know the Leanne Lee boat case is my fucking white whale. I love Leanne Lee cases. I've emailed them so many times over the year, and they have never emailed me back. They do not care. They won't ever love me. Look at this boat case. This case has been haunting me for a decade. I do not think they still make it, just to be clear. I have no reason to believe that this is, like, still a thing. I mean, maybe, but look, 2026. I mean, 2016. Yeah, these are all from 2016. So I strongly doubt it doesn't exist. It exists anymore. But that being said, I do still think it's iconic and ridiculous and has god awful airflow. But they do great cases. Are you been poly for every year now? We're just going to combine Selenium cases. Oh, nice. I didn't realize. I've had a busy year. What can I say? But yeah, that makes sense. I just was, you know, cupcakes my local poly. Well, and Dan, obviously. Sorry, Dan. I'm like, is the 5090? Yeah, it's a really good GPU. It might be overkill, but yeah. Depending on your budget. I just saw one on the NZXT PC. Yeah, it's good. Yeah. The 90 series is like very high end, and I think the 50 series is the current most... Is it the most current one? Or have they done the 60s? I think it's the most current one. Again, I've been out of the loop. This entire year, the whole world has passed me by. Yeah. So the 50 series is the newest series. So I think I'm running a 4090, which is great. 5090 is big boy, bang, bang. I'm not sure there's a huge difference between the 40 and the 50 series. I did see people complaining about that and being like, oh, well, what's the point in upgrading? But I'm like, sometimes you don't need to upgrade. You just stick with what you got, you know? But yeah, you could probably do with a 5080. Like, you don't need the 90, but like the 90 is... The 4090 that I have, I stream off it. So the stream is being rendered on it and I game on it at the same time. To an extent, I don't necessarily think that that's... I think that if you go for a 5080, it will still probably last as long as a 5090. But a good GPU will last you. Do you know what I mean? Like, a good GPU will last you, but you don't necessarily need to go over the top. Because, like, basically the 70s are not really for gaming. They're more for, like, all-round PC use. Like, you can... A 70 will game. 60s are really not for gaming. So, like, the 5060, not for gaming. The 5070, it's okay. 5080 is solid, good for gaming. The 5090 is, like, super powerful for gaming. Also, probably can stream on it. Also can render shit on it, you know? But yeah, the subreddit's really good, though. As they said, though, the Builder PC subreddit is delightful. But yeah, no, I couldn't. I literally, yeah. Shout out to Gigantic Beds. No problem. Yeah, that's pretty much always the way. Like, sometimes you'll go like, oh my god, it's the new series. Then it's like a 60 and it just won't do the job. You know? But yeah, no, I am going to play more games. I've just been a little bit ill, and so I'm just taking it slow, and I feel like I haven't, like, caught up with everybody in a while. Like, obviously I have, because we chatted a lot last week, but seeing as I didn't stream on Monday, I don't know. I don't know. Went out last Saturday, spent 100 and... I love that you've translated that for English, thank you. 119 quid on a full bedroom set? You got a full bedroom set for £120? I literally... AMD. I think everything I'm running is AMD. It usually is, because AMD is usually cheaper. Although, is it? I literally don't remember. I've been... Hang on, let me have a look at my system stuff. System... Little piano plinking in the background is very... strange. How the fuck do I find out what the hell is in my computer? System components. That's not it. That's just a bunch of fucking software.
Blink, blink, plon.
It's very much plinky, plinky, plonky. Blinky, blinky, plonk. I'm trying... How do I find out what the hell my computer is made of? What parts are in you? Who made you? Where did I get this computer? I literally don't remember. It's made of atoms and shit. You know, you get atoms and you like put them together, and then like sometimes you get really long ones. We call them polymers. It's plastic, innit? It's got polymers in it. Then you put electric in it. Bit of copper. Bish bash bosh. Bob's your uncle. I literally cannot understand where my computer tells me what the parts are. And I can't turn it around. So I don't know. I don't know shit. I think it's AMD. Right click. What the hell are you doing here? Get back to work. Task manager. Performance? Is this it? Bloody hell. It's just telling me I'm running 900 tabs of Chrome. I'm like, I know, bitch. Yeah, get back to work. Oh. What am I supposed to be looking at? No orders for the moment, so I'm chilling. I was just bullying you. Just to be clear, I was just using my powers for evil. I don't actually care what you do. You're free to sit as you please. I'm just scrolling. Task manager has given me nothing. I just want to know. Well, you might remember. System. That's what I was in. I was in system. I swear to God. Hang on. Yes, control panel. That's where I was. We'll do it again. We'll start from the beginning. Who typed in B? It wasn't me. Control panel. Is it even called control panel anymore? Do you remember when computers were computers? It wasn't all bloody apps back in my day. Okay. Control panel. System. Bruv, this is exactly where I was. Oh, there it is. AMD Ryzen 9. Okay, that's what I have. That's my processor. It's a Ryzen 9 3900X 12-core processor. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. I have pen support. That's all it's telling me. It does not tell me what GPU I have. And as I said, I cannot see it because the window is to the wall. And the sweat drippeth off the ball. Oh, skeet, motherfucker. That's all I can give you. We did what we could. AI rendering from NVIDIA. Oh, God. Fucking ball bag is this? What bit of this is... Where's my AI? Who's AI? Who's AI in this situation? Is he AI? Hang on. Oh, fuck off. Sorry.
GeForce brought CUDA to the world.
Who's CUDA?
Right now, what you're seeing is every single pixel is ray traced. How is that possible that we're able to simulate photon and deliver this kind of frame rate at this resolution?
I could just go outside. Think about that.
Well, the reason for that is artificial intelligence. We are only rendering...
You just made it up. Anyone can make it up. Show me the real deal.
We're only rendering 1 out of 10 pixels. So every pixel that you see...
So that's why this bottom bit looks like absolute jumbled nonsense.
Only 1 out of 10
See?
is actually... So
okay, 1 out of 10. What's that? What is it? Ah, yes, this beautiful artisanally made fart. No.
Every pixel that you see,
These
only
are all
1
different.
out of 10
Shame
is
on
actually
you.
computed. The other 9, AI guessed. Does that make any sense? And it's perfect.
No, it's not. Perfect. Only when you don't look at it closely. Look at this. Does that look like a nice even pattern? No. No, it doesn't. You just put in loads of detail so that we can't focus on any one part. I know your game. Alright? You just put loads of shit on there and everyone goes, wow, that looks generally great. Lame. People started looking at DLSS with a fine-tooth comb and realizing how absolute garbage it is. Fact. 120 quid for the whole set. That's insane. Facebook Marketplace find. I have been all about the Facebook Marketplace. It's so good. Reached out, she wanted 150 for it. Talked her down a bit. But just before we got the okay to come and get it, she had a second listing with the frame in it. But with dresses also. We thought it was a scam. Until she was like, oh yeah, 120 is fine, come get it. We got there. And she was like, do you guys want the dresses too? Fuck yeah. Oh, that's so good. In Performance and Task Manager, it will say the component's name. Do we care what GPU I'm running? We'll find out. Why not? Why not? I'll be helpful. I'll give you guys the details. So what were you saying? Blah, blah, blah. Performance in Task Manager. Task Manager. Performance. CPU, memory, disk. GPU. I am running an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090. I said it was a 4090 and I wasn't lying. She's a big gal. She's heavy. I think I ended up getting it because it would basically fit into my PC case and no one else's because it's so fucking vast. But yeah. Anyway, I mean, look, I'm not against the like use of AI in situations like making games run smoother and stuff like that. Like a lot of what has made gaming interesting over the years has been how to use limited like space and limited like capacity to make something that's actually like really incredible. It's like the coolest thing about like really old games is how like so many aspects of it are like they're like one item that's just been like rotated and like messed with and scaled in all different sizes to try and make it look like different things. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, that there is a lot of like, or like sound effects and things like that. Like the way that they managed to create songs when they had like the tiniest amount of storage for sound is like incredible. But like that being said, I do think that there is something kind of depressing about going, we've made 1/10 of this amazing environment and then we've scaled it up and asked your computer to guess it. Because, like, we won't all be seeing the same thing, you know? If the point of it is that your PC just comes up with a bunch of it, we're all going to be seeing a different thing. Which is kind of trippy, because, like, are we all playing the same game in that scenario? Where your computer and, like, the system goes, let me just fill in the gaps and just guesstimates? I mean, people have already been saying that, like, some AI meme templates are getting more and more yellow because they keep sampling themselves as examples. So they keep going, oh, look. And so, like, the same way that when you keep saving a JPEG, it gets artifacted, the meme templates are gradually changing color because the AI keeps finding the same memes. Oh, good heavens. Good heavens. Well, that's pretty much what the Mormons are expecting, right? Mormons are expecting end times any minute. I feel like, not obviously, I don't know, maybe you guys don't know, but like, I'm an atheist, but I do feel as though if there is one thing you should really look out for in any religion, it's them telling you the end is coming. The end being nigh, right? Not the end eventually happening, maybe, but the end being nigh any minute, and we are looking out for signs. Mega sign for a cult. Oh yeah, Mormonism is fucked. I'm quite into, like, the kind of, like, ex-fundamentalist Mormon space on YouTube. I find it quite interesting, because cult stuff is quite interesting. And there are a lot of people out there who, like, have had to, like, leave the church and then, like, work their way through those feelings. And, like, handling maybe not being able to speak to their family anymore or things like that. And I'm like, that's fucking crazy. So harsh, so cruel. But or like Jehovah's Witnesses, fucked. Hey, Magpie! Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate the hell out of you. Everybody that has a beautiful lemon, please swirl it around. Look at my thing, it did it. It went yellow. That's still broken. I will remember to fix that. My bot's like, Thank you. You're the best. Everyone who has subbed over the course of the last few months, icons. I appreciate you so much. But yeah, I feel like any church that is obsessed with the end of the world and like looking for signs of the end of the world, not good. Like, that's just an immediate red flag. You know, if it's not about your life now and it's all about the afterlife, red flag. Like, obviously, if you're religious, the afterlife is going to be important to you, whatever that looks like. However, if all you're doing is living for the afterlife, no. Do not do. Run away. Also, the bad news is there are no easy answers to life. Therefore, if a religion is like, we've got all the easy answers, they're lying to you. You know what I mean? Oh my God, please. What is it? The hump. The meaning to life is pizza. I mean, I would say the meaning to life being delicious food is about as close as anything else. No, it wasn't the wrong link. I saw it. Mothership. Right. It looks like a great space condom. Which is valid. But, yeah, no. Once we're all obsessed with the end of the world, we've lost track of what we're trying to achieve. Like, I also feel like any religion that's all about lying to you about death. Like, it's all cool if you want to believe, like, in afterlives and stuff, like, that's up to you. But I think that when they're like, the time you spend here is pointless because the time that you go and spend with God is actually the time that's valuable. I'm like, that doesn't really seem like a good solution to help. I'm mortal and I'm scared about it, you know? But yeah, no, there's some Mormons walking about town. They keep trying to stop me. And I'm like, no. They're like, do you want to go to church? I'm like, no. Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I think because Mormons are Christians, don't forget. But I do think that most religions have and then the end will come thing, right? The issue is how obsessed are you with it? Like, I think Revelations, whatever it's called, and the sort of end of the world, it's quite a quick little bit that everyone puts a lot of attention on. And I don't think that that's, like, clearly the point of the Bible. So, like, the more the Christian group that you're in is, like, obsessed with the end times, the more fucked they are, in my opinion. Because it's just one of those running themes of, like, high control groups of being like, you have to stick with us because death could happen any minute. And I'm like, death could happen any minute because that's just the nature of being alive. All right? But like, when you're constantly, like, there is nothing worse for your mental health than looking around and seeing everything as a sign that you're all about to die. Like, we all already have enough to deal with, like, climate change, you know? We've already got enough to worry about with that stuff. And then you add on to that, oh, well, actually, you know, some senator has died, and that was actually foretold because it said that a great leader will die at this age, and they're like, haha, it's him, you know? And it's like, we're losing our shit. It's the same people who were like, or it's the same system that was like, Obama is the Antichrist, and you're like, we need to calm down. You're losing your shit. Your racism has overtaken your brain and rotten holes into it. Yeah, I don't really know. I've not been to school in such a long time. I don't really know what the sitch is. Because, like, my primary school, I had to sing religious songs, and we did the Lord's Prayer. But my head teacher, we were like a normal state school, and my head teacher was Jewish. So, like, that was kind of random, because, like, he was leading us, a very mixed group of, like, London kids in, like, Christian religious prayer. And he'd be like, it's fine, you can be talking to any Lord. Like, any God will listen to this one. So, yeah, we did that. And then we sang, like, quite a lot of, like, I was cold, I was naked. We also sung some, like, you know, cauliflower's fluffy and cabbage is green. All those classics. Yeah, in my country, most schools are Catholic, with only a few that are not. Yeah, so we have Catholic schools. My parents, one is Catholic and one is Protestant. And they actually chose to baptize me or like christen me Catholic because it would give me access to more schools because they weren't really sure which way to go. So that is still a thing over here. But that being said, I think a lot of the Catholic schools still have to now allow you in even if you're not Catholic. Whereas I think back in the day, you had to be like, you got prioritized if you were Catholic. Do you know what I mean? But I don't think they're allowed to do that anymore. We were in Utah for a funeral. So I realized how nutters the Mormons are, though. We were in Utah for a funeral. Tiffany's grandpa passed. They weren't close. Her mom asked her to show up. And her uncle spent half his speech talking about the resurrection, fucking zombies. I want to know why Mormons think they're coming back as zombies is something that we strive for. Yeah, that is crazy. And the whole family is number one with God at the center of it. And the faces I was making, I could have killed someone. I mean, honestly, that is unhinged. No, being like, when we're all resurrected as nasty zombies and walking the earth. And yeah, a lot of those religions, like the deeper you get into like what they really believe, the more you're like, I don't know if that's going to work for me, you know? But yeah, so no, there's some Catholic schools around here, but like both the schools I went to were not religious. My secondary school, I don't think we did like anything religious, but in primary school we did pray and stuff. But like I didn't pray, I just closed my eyes, you know? Just it was just never for me. The town I live in has been having a lot of protests recently about a mosque being built. I feel like as a town we're very behind. Yeah, that is really sad. The thing is though, in London, we've got a lot of different religious communities and like lots of different churches and mosques and temples and stuff, and still people will get weird about it. Like they will. Especially when like things are being built and like new things are coming in, and then it's there and you're like, oh yeah, this is just like any other religious place. You know, it's really a strange thing to get up in arms about, but people do all the time. And I find it really depressing because like, if you can't just expect people to change their fucking religion. Yeah, even if they're not religious. Yeah, but the amount, I would say the percentage of English people who never go to church, never engage with religion beyond whatever they were taught at school and saying, thank you, Jesus, every now and again, they will really get up in arms about it. And they will then, like, about other religions, and they will also say, no, I'm Christian, but, like, do nothing Christian and know nothing about Christianity. Like, I would say a good 70% of, like, English Christians are people who never engage with the religion, but maybe wear a cross sometimes, and are like, yeah, of course, I believe in that. And then, like, their concept of religion is like, when Nan dies, she's on a cloud, and she's got wings and is an angel. And you're like, that's not what Christianity says. And they're like, yeah. Yeah, they're crazy about it. Most schools in Ireland are Catholic schools, but you don't need to be Catholic. Some of my friends aren't, but they do agree with the possibility. Some of my friends weren't, but they do agree with the possibility of evolution. So if you're not Catholic, but you don't believe in evolution, what is that? Imagine like not believing in evolution, but not for religious purposes. Like, wouldn't that be strange? Just like, nah, I'm not down with it. Nothing to do with God. Just vibes. According to Mormon gospel, it's what Jesus did after he died. So body and spirit rejoins with who died, and they come back to life and live for eternity and eventually become immortal. So like Mormon, oh yeah, because you're supposed to get a planet, aren't you, in Mormonism? You get your own planet. But like, so it would be my body. But what if I'm really old? Now I have to live eternally in my crusty old body that was dead for a couple of days. Wait, do Mormons... What's it called, you know, when they pickle you for burial? You know, and they'll make you look presentable and so you don't biodegrade. Fuck, what's it called? Do they do that? The bodies come back to their prime. Oh, that's convenient. Embalming. Yes, not drinking the Kool-Aid. Embalming. Yeah, you know, it's the thing you do to like so that you can have like an open casket a while after, and like it's not good. In my opinion, shout out to if you want to get embalmed, live your death. It's just like, you know, you're just filling yourself with toxins after death so that you don't break down, not slay. In my opinion. But yeah, do they do embalming? Because like, what happens if you get embalmed? I mean, I guess if you come back in your perfect youthful. So what if you're like just bones? Are we getting bones coming out the ground? Is it going to be like the Mummy Returns when he's like getting all of his flesh back? I don't know. I do, the more I think about it, the more I do like the idea of getting like back in the earth, you know? My most controversial opinion is like the standard over here is to get cremated. And like, I do love fire, so that does work for me. However, I'm not desperate to become airborne carbon. I feel like I would rather get a chance to rot. Or like they do those water ones where they like put you in water and you break down over a few days. That might be good. You know? But I don't know if I like to become dust. No one's going to keep me in a jar. You know? Embalmers have to use less than they did years ago because of the chemical makeup of plastic milk containers. Wait, embalmers have to use less than they did years ago. Yeah, I have a friend who was planted as a tree. The only issue is whenever they post a tree update, I'm not confident her tree's doing that well, and that worries me. What if I get planted as a tree and then my tree dies? That would suck. I wouldn't mind being at the bottom of the landfill as long as A, I was not murdered and put there. Fuck you, don't murder me. 2, I need there to be enough airflow for me to actually break down. All right? I don't want to become some like, what's it called? When it doesn't get air to it, apoxic? I don't know if that's the word. You know, when something's breaking down and it's like, I'm not the peat bog man. All right? I do not want to be the landfill peat bog woman, you know, where I don't break down and they find me years later and they're like, oh, she looks just like she did in life. And I'm like smeared, you know? I think I need a picture of me tattooed. Like, no, I actually look good at one point, you know? Petrified, like, yeah, literally. In a jar. Mushroom burial. I don't know. Oh. Okay, hang on. How are we discussing death so much? Let's have a look. What we got here? Going green. Dying to be green. Are mushroom coffins the secret to an eco-friendly death? Fungi are not fussy diners. Cardboard, plastic, jet fuel, doesn't melt steel beams, and asbestos. Fungi will devour them all. In 2007, scientists studying Chernobyl's blighted landscape discovered fungi capable of eating radiation. It goes without saying that fungi have little trouble decomposing us. Why would you need to write that? I know fungi breaks people down. No, you're pushing too hard to hit the word count. I know mushrooms break down humans. We mold. It's a fact. Dutch inventor Bob Hendricks. Oh, that's a great name. Hendrik with an X? That's good. Yeah. He's harnessing the power of fungi by using mycelium. Vast webs of fungal threads that normally live underground. As an alternative to traditional wooden coffins, his environmentally friendly living coffin, he says, is not only carbon negative to grow, but decomposes in 6 weeks rather than 20 years, which you can take for a regular wooden coffin. The coffin gets to work decomposing the body, speeding up the process by which nature can absorb the nutrients of the deceased. Hendricks' company, Loop, is not the first to hitch itself to the eco-hearse. Wait, is this a video about it? We're gonna find out? What's with the X? The X is for extreme.
The impact we have on the planet in our lifetime is all too familiar. But our death can be detrimental to the natural world too.
I'm not
in
good,
a forest
even in
north
death.
of Delft, Dutch inventor Bob Hendricks thinks a solution can be found in nature.
What really frustrates me is that when I die, I'm polluting the earth, I'm waste. It started by just me exploring nature, and then I came up with
No, bro, just finding a stick. Fuck me. It's a stick.
mushrooms. Mushrooms are known as the world's largest recycler, and they turn dead organic matter into new plant life. And for me, this was like, okay, so they actually want to turn us when we die into plant food. Like, why are we not using this?
Hendrix is the founder of Loop, a startup he created to
I want to lick it. Texturally, I want to give it a lick. I wouldn't, but I want to.
develop the living cocoon. Made from mycelium, the root network of mushrooms, it's a coffin designed to turn bodies into compost, enriching the earth as they decompose.
Deer in the forest, it's gone in a very fast time. What are we doing? We sort of created a super industrial process for one of the most natural processes on Earth.
Conventional burials can lead to material depletion, CO2 emissions, but also soil pollution.
Your
as
fart
bodies
deaths.
often contain embalming chemicals that seep into the ground.
Told you embalming's
While
not good.
traditional coffins can take up to 20 years to decompose, a Loop living coffin would disappear in just over 6 weeks. A full
Love that.
decomposition of the body can take less than 3 years.
We've experimented
Who's
with
this?
several
This is actually my grandma.
types of fungi, and coincidentally, the mushroom of immortality is the one that we work with for the living coffin. We mix this with wood chips, as you can see here, and then finally, this becomes the end product, living material.
Once mixed with a secret ingredient, the mycelium and wood
Ooh, a
chips
secret
will go
ingredient. What is it? Is the secret ingredient what's going to get them put in
into a
prison?
mold and grow into a coffin.
Don't rub
within
it.
the
I
space
said I'd lick it, but I don't want you to
week.
rub it.
And we're filling it up with fresh
humans.
moss now from the forest that will help to decompose the body faster.
As
No, the moss won't help. The moss is just aesthetic, and I'm okay with that. Lay me on a little bed of moss. I'll be all like, you know, it's cute. Right, I'll take this. If I
soon
can
as
get
it
one
is
of these,
exposed to damp soil,
happily.
the coffin will come back to life and begin the decomposition process. The coffins will be used in green burial sites like this one just outside Rotterdam. In the Netherlands alone, there are now more than 20 natural burial sites, with 10 more under construction, as an increasing number of people look for funeral practices that are more friendly to the planet.
Yeah, let's go. Okay, we made discoveries. Pop me in. I'm going in a mushroom. I really think I'd want someone to pick me up in a forest and eat me for dinner. Why not? That's how I felt about the sea for a while. A lot of people want to get chucked in the sea. I don't know. But now I'm feeling more on team. Like, I'm feeling more at one with the sea. Sometimes it's a bit scary, you know? But anyway. Yes, that aside. The secret is acid. We put you in this lovely little mushroom container with 3 liters of hydrochloric acid and we see what happens. Viking funerals are palaver, okay? No one wants to think about it, right? Because a Viking funeral is badass as fuck, right? You're on the river, you're on your boat's on fire. Do you realistically think your boat is going to be getting hot enough before it sinks? I think no. I think what is happening is they're charring you and then dropping you in the sea and you're just there getting eaten by fish like a depressed, burnt marshmallow. I'd be happy to be proven wrong. It seems almost impossible that at no point did, like, Mythbusters do that. But, like, somebody, I don't think that is going to be long enough. I don't think you're getting fully done. We're going to do it House the Dragon style, get torched by a dragon on a pyre. Like, that's just very attention-seeking, you know? Like, I want my attention, I'll take my attention in life, and then when I'm dead, just let the mushrooms do its thing. You know? Okay, hang on. What was this? Did you guys see this? This actually made me laugh a lot. Yeah, but they see you go out in flames, right? You make it 300 meters down the river, you sink. Tomorrow, what happens? You bob to the surface. Your face has been nibbled off by koi carp. Why are there koi carp in this river? Pike. The pike have had your nose. You're singed. There's wood sticking up out of the river. They're going to have to dredge it out so that people can go down it again. I'm saying, nah. I'm saying the visuals are there, but there's a reason we stopped doing it. Just carp or catfish. Exactly. You could get swallowed whole by one of the big catfish because they're scary. Now, did you guys see this? This actually really cracked me up. On the subject of AI doing bullshit that we were talking about earlier, did you guys see this? You weren't dead. You were just on fire floating down the river. I don't think that happens that much anymore. I think we're much better at being able to tell when somebody's dead. Well, actually, if anything, we're worse because we keep keeping bodies alive that are otherwise dead. Which I think is not good. You don't want that. You want to, like, once your brain stops doing stuff, call it, you know? End of day. So this is really fun. So we have a lovely article that was actually posted in a couple of different newspapers. This is the Chicago Sunday Times, and it is a summer reading list for 2025. Brilliant. I'd love some summer reading suggestions. Oh, girl, why are you not making noise? You son of a bitch. Excuse me.
The matter of this article doesn't mean anything to you. This summer reading list ran in multiple national newspapers today. It's the kind of thing that looks very normal. It's a 64-page insert that ran in newspapers like the Chicago Sun-Times and the Phil.
64-page insert. Is that what he just said? That's so long. Ooh.
You already know where this is going. For example, it promotes a new book by author Andy Weir, the guy that wrote The Martian, called The Last Algorithm, and it has a whole plot summary here. The problem is, this book doesn't exist. 10 of the 15 books on their summer reading list for 2025 don't exist. And you already know why. It turns out the author used AI to write it, ChatGPT or something similar. So readers all across the country are hearing about a new book by Percival Everett called The Rainmakers. This book will never arrive. 404 Media actually interviewed the guy who wrote the list named Marco Buscaglia, who admits he uses AI to write his articles, but says he normally checks these things. This time, this one just slipped through.
Like,
you know, the entire article. Those of us who complain about AI outside of the issues of it being a plagiarism machine, this is the kind of thing we're worried about. There are uses for programs like ChatGPT, but it's only useful if you understand its limitations, and it seems like 99%.
Hey, the Waits. Thank you so much for the raid. Oh, what? Every time I pause this, it goes mute. So annoying. You've really fucking pissed me off now.
Machine. This is the kind of thing we're worried about. There are uses for programs like ChatGPT, but it's only useful if you understand its limitations, and it seems like 99% of the people who use it don't. ChatGPT has no way of checking its own work to find out if anything it's saying is true. ChatGPT does not live in the real world. It cannot check its answers against the real world. It doesn't know if what it's saying is true. It doesn't know anything. I cannot make this clear enough. AI did not screw up here. The humans screwed up here. The writer and the editors and the managers of these papers, everyone who had a chance to stop this. If I let my dog drive my car and the dog drives the car off a bridge, the headlines should not say, "Dog crashes car." I crashed the car when I put the dog at the wheel. I made the mistake. The entire future hangs on whether or not we will hold people responsible for what the AI does.
And here's the thing, right? Is not only is it crazy that everyone published this article and somebody sold this article and it's literally just got completely made up stuff in it, but it's also an extremely easy job. Summer reading list for 2025. You're telling me that you can't find out what popular books are coming out or have recently come out. Like, it's so not difficult that it's embarrassing. I mean, it's always embarrassing when you're asking ChatGPT to do your job, but like, it's especially embarrassing to be like, oh, it's not like you're saying, here's a bunch of information, please form this into an article, which I still think is extremely lazy and dumb and whatever. and like vapid. But you know, I can understand when you're writing these like kind of pointless listicles that you might be like, I don't care about this. But then turning around and not even looking up the books? That's wild. We're going to have to do a Butlerian Jihad, aren't we? Yes. And for anyone who's like, what? That's from June. Yeah, the Butlerian Jihad is literally, it's the only way. What do you mean you didn't write the list? Like, that would be, imagine you are a 10-year-old and you've been given homework. And you're given homework to write down 15 books you could read this summer. You'd be like, fuck yeah, that's easy. Like, that's up there with drawing a poster. In fact, the poster might take more effort. You can literally walk around the library and go, that's certainly a book I might read, and just write it down. It's so simple. As a child, you would be genuinely excited to do it. So how the fuck are we in a situation where this legit, I listed 7 books, all from the same author. Yeah, well, that's called an attack of the tism, all right? No, but like, I'm not saying that I could give you a good reading list off the top of my head. That's not the job. The job is find books for the list, you know? Find what books are coming out this summer that people might like, or have come out recently people do like. That's not that hard, you know? But yeah, I just think that that is like unbelievable laziness. And like, hey, it's a good series. I'm trying to get people to read them. They're that good. I know, you've mentioned them twice in chat. And my kids, half of them will complain they have to read it over the summer. How many kids you got? What's half the kids? I suppose you could have 4 and 2 and 2. You could have 2 and then 1 and 1, but I don't know. I think you've got to have at least 4 for that to count. I would say though, like, if not everyone likes reading very much, I get that. But I think that if you can find the right kind of books, reading is like something that's enjoyable for everybody. I mean, I guess it's just like a matter of what other distractions you have. But like, reading's really fun. There's a lot of great books, and that comes from a dyslexic ass youth. But yeah, no, I just, I've done it more in Discord, but Rhea and I have talked about them since she started collecting the hardbacks. No, look, you're allowed to get special interests and share them with the group frantically. Okay, you're allowed. But I'm allowed to say Attack of the Tism. 6 kids. That's quite a lot of kids. In this, you know, in this current year, that's a fair number. Are they varying in age, or are they all right up against each other? Because I feel like if you spread them out, it's not as bad, you know? But if you got like 6 ranging from like 4 to 10, I'm stressed. I mean, if I have 1 kid, I'm stressed. What the fuck do I know? And this is from the author's Patreon. Oh, thank goodness. What the fuck is that? I pay to never see that again. No? Ooh? What have they done to that cat's bumhole? Oh. No. You put me off. I don't want that. You put me right off now. But yeah, I've actually been reading this one same book for fucking ages, and it's not particularly good, but now I'm like, well, I have to get to the end of it, which means that I'm now dragging it out. So I do need good book recommendations that don't include whatever that image was. I would like them. Like, especially because I'm trying to read more stuff at like nighttime before bed, because I've been sleeping horribly. Like, usually I sleep fine. Recently, I have been insomniating my tits off. I've been falling asleep at like 6 in the morning, and it sucks. I hate it. But I'm literally lying there in bed with like my face masks on. 14 to 3. So it's a little spicy. It's a little spicy. But I believe in you. 14. Oh, that poor 14-year-old. I was the eldest. It was stressful. No, that's criminal. That's activities for the criminally insane right there. But yeah, if anyone does have any good book recommendations, I mean, I know Relu always has good book recommendations, but yeah. Oh my god. Can I show you this without doxing myself? So, I was looking for a dice tower for D&D. I don't desperately need one, I was just looking around. And so, after, like, clicking around on, like, D&D nerdy stuff on, like, Etsy, they have now said, hey... Oh, I need to open this new tab. It gives away the last digits of my fucking bank card. They're now like, hey... let me show you other stuff that, like, D&D nerds are buying. And I have stumbled across the world of, like, handmade books. Which I think people use these for, like, note keeping. You've never had... I've actually always had a pretty good time with Etsy. It obviously depends on the people that, Oh, you're right. No, I'm just playing. I'm not milking the Minotaur. No! Oh, please. No, I was just kidding. I was just... Like, 6 kids, a lot of kids. Must be moderately crazy, but probably quite fun. And also, that's nice. I love that. My parents used to read to me every night, and it was really good. But yeah, I can imagine. Like, in a world of Fortnite, who the fuck wants to read a book? I'm here going, you need to get into reading. Also me. Spent 3 months reading the same short-ass book. I just need to finish it. Anyway... Yeah, I discovered this. So, I don't want this, just to be clear, before everyone's like, it's expensive. I know, that's why I'm showing it to you, right? People, right? I bought some dice, right? Love my dice. It took me like 6 months, 9 months to buy my own dice. Great. So I got the dice, and then I've been like, I might get a dice tower, because everyone else has one, and I feel like I don't have one, right? I want to get one that folds up. Turns out, people are buying, like, books like this that are, like, fully handmade with parchment to keep notes. Who can trust themselves to keep notes worthy of this book? I keep notes on my phone, and they are the most garbled nonsense you have ever seen in your life. Like, truly. How do you travel with that? I don't bloody know. Because, like, they do some of these same people, right? They do some of these that are for witches. Where do I find this book? Dice. Bags. Binders. I need one of your big books. Yeah, they do some like £300 books that are like for witches to write down spells in. And like, at least I kind of get that, right? Because like your spell book would be a big deal. All right? If that's your jam, you know? Like, if you're gonna get the charmed book, I kind of get that. But like D&D, I feel like we need to chill. And they make the paper by hand. That's crazy. There's a little bit of me though that wants to turn up, you know, to my next D&D session with one of these. Like, ordinarily, I just leave my dice where I do D&D and like, that's it. So imagine if I just turned up one day with like a £400 book to take notes in. They'd be like, that's insane. Which it is. Where's the other one that was loads of money? Dragons. There was one. Yeah, look at this one. This one's fucking cool. It's got clips on it. You can't deny. Yeah, I love to take that to work meeting to take notes. Can you imagine? Your £400 work notes? No. Look, it's one thing if you could replace the paper, but the paper is bound in, you know? Oh, that's so cute. I actually gave up on the Narnia series when? I gave up on the Narnia series on... Oh, God. There was one about a prince on a horse. And he was riding a horse for ages. And it just got really boring and I gave up. And, like, I'm annoyed because I'll never know what happens at the end. But, like, aren't these insane? What did we do last session? Yeah, and I get my book out, blow the dust off. They're like, stop putting dust on every session. I'm like, no. They're like, but you're allergic to dust. I'm like, shut up. It adds to the ambiance. I literally just have a I literally just have a note, like a notes app on my phone where I just write down stuff I should try and remember. And then usually I don't remember anyway. And then we end up looking at the DM like, what was that character's name? What was the NPC's name? I do like the idea of a quill though, but I am also dyslexic, so it would be... People might actually believe it's from the Middle Ages with my spelling. The Necronomicons from the Evil Dead. What does that look like? I watched the Evil Dead actually fairly recently for the first time, and it was fucking amazing. I loved it so much. I feel like old horror films, like a lot of the time they do hold up really well, because I watched The Evil Dead and I watched The Thing. Ugh. It was so fucking good. I loved it. So like, my daughter just got bored with it. I bet we're at the same exact time. I will say, oh god, what was that series I loved? Fuck. Darren Shan, the Cirque du Freak series. I don't know what it was called exactly. They were like about vampire stuff. Ah, I love them. As like a tween, obsessed. No, the original one. It's not just as good. It can still be very good. Not just as good. All right. The original one with Bruce Campbell and Bruce Campbell's monobrow. Bruce Campbell's monobrow is important and needs to be kept. Yeah, this book is actually sick. Look at that. That's fucking great. I love that. You can see how this is made though. Like you can make this. Like I couldn't. I don't have the talent, but like you could with the time. You read it at school and it was great. What, the Darren Shan books? I loved them. I bought them every single time one came out. I was obsessed. And they had like enough edge to be like cool, but like not, they weren't like too hard to read. Yeah, I think the movie was bad. I don't know. I think I did finish the series. There was like 15 odd books though. Yeah, I've never heard of the Witchlings. Oh my god, they're so cute. Who's a witchling? Why are they so adorable? Aww. Yeah, no, chat. Look at the art on this. I would definitely have been into this when I was younger. Look how cute this is. Isn't that adorable? See, AI could never. They could never. But yeah, no, The Evil Dead was amazing. The Thing was amazing. Both so, like, I was not expecting a ton given the age of them and like how influential they'd been. Because like sometimes when you watch something that's been really influential, you're like, okay, I see everything this is influenced, which now makes this boring because like all the best bits have been taken away. I read it 13 was Blood and Chocolate. Smart for teenagers. What the hell is Blood and Chocolate? Smart for teenagers should be kept firmly to AO3 and fanfiction.net, alright? Don't be publishing that shit. Blood and Chocolate is a fantasy horror film. Okay, this is the film bit. Young adult novel of the same name. Okay. Blood and Chocolate is a paranormal romance novel for young adult readers by Annette Curtis Klaus. Oh my god, this is so funny. For one, Annette, you're a nasty perv, apparently. But for two, look at the best picture they've got of her. Why is she looking like Bigfoot? How is this the best image they have of a best-selling author who made a... There is no other image of her. Just this. Jesus. The Loup Gardeux. They're a separate species from humans and wolves. Well, many things are a separate species from humans and wolves, but with elements of both in behavior and anatomy. Oh no, not knotting. Referring to themselves as Homo lupus. There are differing accounts of their origins alluded in the book. Some believe they're descended from a prehistoric breed of canine which absorbed protein matter from a meteorite. No, that's not protein. Protein matter from a meteorite which enabled them to shapeshift into humans. Or they were a tribe of ancient human hunters blessed by the moon goddess. Hey, at least they didn't do the we fucked wolves thing. Love that. Glorious beasts who reveled in their dual nature. Controversy. Banned. The 57th most banned and challenged books in the United States. 10th most banned in 2001. Sexually explicit and unsuited to the age group. You must have been chuffed when you found this. I would have been thrilled. When I found like a book that was supposed to be age appropriate that had a bit of sex in it, slay. Are they going to be doing... It's not my fault. It's not my thing. You had to pull over. Yeah, as you should. All right, don't text and drive. Hi, Peachy. What the hell are you doing up so late? How are you, babe? I mean, look. Actually, how bad's the film? Is it bad enough to be covered on the podcast? The fuck have I walked into? I'm an adult. Well, okay, look. We're finding out about Black Phason's first steps into yiffing, I think. No, it's a book. We were talking about books. It was all very wholesome. And then Black Phazon was like, oh, this is a series I liked when I was a youth. But it had loads of sex in it. And apparently it's been nigh on banned in multiple states. 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Interesting. Okay. This is really long. Why is there so much plot, babe? Is this one book? Get ChatGPT to shorten it. She's got no mates. She meets an intriguing boy. Error. Alpha female. Oh, we're getting into what's it? ABO dynamics. You don't want to look that up if you don't know what I mean. People out there are doing stuff that you could not believe. Blokes think they're freaky, but I swear to God, the things taking place on the internet could make your eyes water. He points a gun at her with a silver bullet. Wait, I'm spoiling myself. I think he was reading a Megaverse. That's all I'm getting from this. This is what I'm saying. 100%. Alpha females. It happens. It's diabolical. Absolutely criminal. Behavior for lunatics. But anyway, Peachy and... Peachy and... not Ree. Who the fuck just showed up? Peachy. Oh wait, was Reed new as well? Yes. How are you both doing? Hopefully well. What else have I got? Oh my god. This is ridiculous. This is actually insane. UK singer wears 12 layers of clothes to avoid luggage charge, collapses from heat exhaustion during flight. A British boy band singer has collapsed from heat exhaustion during a flight while wearing 12 layers of clothing in a bid to beat excess luggage fee. James McElvar from the Scottish pop group Rewind was about to board an EasyJet London Stansted Airport from London Stansted Airport to Glasgow when he was told he had one carry-on bag too many. Staff said he was allowed to only take one bag on board, so he'd have to pay a $94 what is this in dollars for excess charge or bin his second bag. With his bandmates already aboard and just minutes to spare, he made a slap decision, emptying his rucksack and donning the entire contents. What a dongus. You're a beautiful middle-aged lady. You're the same guy who talked about my forehead. Oh, you dickhole. I remember you. You didn't even change your name color. Do we ban him or do we let him continue? With his bandmates already aboard and just minutes to spare, he made a slap decision, right? He was wearing 6 t-shirts, 4 jumpers, 2 jackets, 1 pair of shorts, 3 pairs of jeans, 2 pairs of jogging bottoms, and 2 hats. Bro, that's ridiculous. No, it's definitely the same guy. I think he got banned on the last name, so I think it's the same name, but like one thing different. Like maybe it's got an underscore now, but it's definitely the same guy. It even has the same name color. Yeah. So wait, 6 t-shirts, 4 jumpers, 2 jackets. I'm confused as to why how long was he traveling for? Like, how did he get it here? I mean, I don't care if I'm middle-aged or not. Like, that's not the issue. I don't even have an internet, so I can't make a new account. No, like, I'm not sitting here worried. Okay, this is not about what he said. It's about the fact that he's clearly trying to say things to get a rise. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not I don't care about my age. I'm totally comfortable with my age. It's just a matter of being like, oh, you come in and immediately said like the same exact kind of thing as last time where it was like, oh, you have a lovely face with a gigantic forehead or whatever. And now it's like, you're very beautiful and middle-aged. I'm like, I know what you're doing. You're just trying to get attention. And now I'm giving you attention. You know? Have an hour for giving... Just think about it. Think about your life. Right. So, wait, what happened to this guy? Yeah, it's just, like, too much... It's attention-seeking. It's embarrassing. Just talk normally. It was very difficult to walk onto the plane. I managed to sit in the seat for a minute or two, but I couldn't take the heat. Barely able to move. He couldn't even get the seatbelt around him. I was sweating, and they kept asking me to put a belt on, but I couldn't sort it. It was a nightmare I was having. As he was drenched in sweat and feeling sick, cabin crew laid him out, stripped down on an empty row of seats where he was violently sick and then fainted. Oh my god. No memory of the rest of the flight. I was taken off the plane at Glasgow Airport to a waiting ambulance. What the fuck is that? Like, what the fuck is going on? That's so funny. How did he get the clothes there? If he's Scottish and he's going back to Glasgow, how did he get these? Like, did he buy them all in London? Like, what was the plan? It's so good, though. I'm not going to lie. Managing not only to overheat yourself to the point that you're ill, but then you need to be taken to the hospital because you're too cheap to, like, pay to have your bag on. Like, that's crazy. That's absolutely unhinged. I wonder how Rewind are doing.
I don't have the internet either. I'm communicating through fucking telepathy right now. Your lotto numbers aren't winners. BTW. Sorry.
Fuck. No. Oh, please. Look, could you use your telepathy to find me the lotto numbers? That would be so good. That would be so helpful right now. I'm not going to lie. It would be really good. I don't even have the internet. Says man on a Twitch live stream. Oh my god. Oh yeah. I forgot about this. So, Fred was saying, I don't have this, I have to go on his Twitter. But Fred was saying that he had discovered that Twitch have to store all the data they have about your channel. And if you request it, you get it, right? You have to get it back. So Fred went on there and, he found, I don't know if you guys remember a few years ago, Twitch asked us to come in and give them opinions, with opinions on like what they should change on the website, like what could be improved, what could be done differently, blah, blah, blah. So obviously we did that and then we didn't really think about it again and we left. But found, like, I haven't got all of the text, so I can't go through everything we suggested.
While we were laughing at that twat who overheated himself trying to be a cheap ass, turns out Terry's a fucking Bollywood movie called Blood and Chocolate also. It's on Amazon Prime.
Huh? I wonder if that's better. How do we feel about Blood and Chocolate Bollywood version? But yeah, apparently, and I need to get all of the stuff so I can show you, I've made loads of suggestions that Twitch have friggin' implemented. So, I may have invented, the icons you get for bits. I want to give additional recognition to viewers who are spending more, bits than others. Can we give them custom text emote or label them as power supporters? That's I deserve a cut. Give me the cut, Twitch. Wait, come on. It's waking up. Nope. Yep.
And as Emily looked upon the primes of Amazon for a Bollywood movie and lamented about how Twitch took her ideas and pawned them off as their own, fucking furries.
So good. Okay, that was 100% worth it. Yeah, I'll try and get the stuff tomorrow and we can scroll through it and see what the fuck... Not tomorrow, Friday. We can see what the fuck I invented. Because apparently, like, I saw a bit of it and there were so many things where I was like, they did that. They bloody did it. They took my advice. So yeah, if Twitch is ruined, you can blame me. He's such a sassy bitch. To be fair, you gave them suggestions. Oh, no, I know. I just want to be clear. I was just joking. Like, I did give them suggestions freely with the intent of hoping that they would use some of them. It was just more funny to see how many things that we had suggested over the years got implemented. I was like, damn, that was me too. Holy shit, you know?
You've got to give me a minute. It takes me a while to get the processors booted up. Fucking potato Intel.
Oh. Oh, it can't say CPU. I'm going to anyway, but can we get chat chooses game one night every week? Give us time to vote. I think it'd be super fun. Yeah, we can do that. Maybe not every week. Maybe between every week and every 2 weeks. We'll try it out. Because I have a lot of games that have been sent to me. The only thing is, you guys are going to have to deal with the fact that the games are going to have to be ones that people have sent to me, i.e. insane and largely of debatable quality, because I can't just buy new games every single stream. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not just going to be like, pick whatever I play, and then I will spend like 30 quid on a game, and then not like be worth it, you know? I don't have any of the Jackbox games. They are fun. I do like them. But yeah, like currently on my list, I have a bunch of games, and I think I've got more that have been sent to me. So like we can pick some of them maybe on the stream and then people can vote on them. But yeah, we can try that. I don't know if we'll do that this week or if we'll try it for next week. Oh, that's really kind of peachy. But yeah, no, it's more just that, like, because I know if I say, oh, yeah, you guys can pick, then people will be like, I want you to start playing this £60 game. And I'm just not going to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to do, like, a one-off random game stream, I think that would be fun. And I think it's a good suggestion. So, yeah, why not? So long as you're not playing any of the new Stalker Enhanced Edition games, they basically threw the old games to an AI, upscaled the textures. I have not been sent that, to my knowledge. Now, the suggestion should be from a shortlist. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, that's why I've got my document of game keys that have ended up in my inbox. And I think I've been sent more than that. So what I'm going to do is then just give you guys maybe even like games I've been sent over the last week or two. And then you can pick out of those. And we can just see if they're good. You know? We can even do what? We can even rank them. So like we can be like
Jackbox games? I could offer to host them in Discord and you can stream it. I have all of them, 1 to 10. I'd just have to reinstall them. And if you want more party games, or offer to share my Steam library with you, and you can have access to Jackbox and What the Dub, that shit is funny as hell.
I'm waiting for the next one before I go. That's a really cute idea, though. We can definitely pick like a party day at some point. I don't know when, but we can definitely do it. Yeah, John killed it. John killed it. It's not handling it.
Summoning demons for Sheldon.
Knock. Hello? Anyone there? Hello? Anyone there? Knock. Hello? Anyone there?
The way that it won't say Kamark. Well, what's Kamark? Was it supposed to be Kamark? Or did you just copy and paste wrong? Fucking cursed? Oh, shit. He has it set that subs vote and non-subs can use 10,000 channel points to vote. Yeah, we could potentially do something like that. How does he... So he does the vote in chat. So does he do it like a poll? I'd probably need to do it somewhere else because I don't think there'd be enough people here at the time to all choose. So maybe I put it in Discord and, I don't know, add it together or something. But yeah, I'm not against that idea at all. We can definitely, maybe like next week, pick a day. Like maybe like not this Friday, next Friday. Pick a day and like do some ridiculous games that have ended up in my inbox and have a giggle. And like, yeah, as I said, we could even list them like the amount that people want to see them. So like we start with number 1 and if it's good, we stick with it. And if it's broken and terrible, then we can go to number 2 and like work our way down because like some of them are obviously going to be insane. But like I do have some pretty crazy games in my inbox that people have sent to me. Yeah, no, it's a really good idea. I like the idea that people can vote. I like the idea of like, I like the excuse to like jump into just random games and try them out because sometimes these games are terrible and sometimes they're really entertaining and sometimes they're actually good. And you never know. Teamwork makes the dream work. Yes. Ah, okay. Is this how we get a demon? Let's find out.
You fucked it up. It's knock. Hello? Anyone there? Knock. Answer the fucking door. Knock. Okay. That's it.
Good heavens. Good heavens. Yay, I fucked it up too. Okay, nobody knows what they're doing. Okay, only Dean can be trusted. Only Dean knows what's going on. That's totally fair. Ah, door_knock. Okay, maybe. Is it not on the TTS list? Titties. Sorry. Sometimes my brain gets overpowered. Need Sheldon's TTS for demons. So did Sheldon write it? He has a set command to vote game name and then gets put into a wheel. The most voted will have a better chance of getting picked. Oh, usually plays around 6. I won't have the patience for 6. I'm famously impatient.
My cursedness is unpredictable. Bad. I like it that way. You can't just type K-mock, and expect me to play along.
No one can type. This is excellent. Thank you very much, Swell. You actually started a hype train. If anyone has the stuff that they would like to share, go crazy. If anyone's got some bits they would like to do and try and summon a demon, treat yourselves. Sheldon wrote it and it was cursed as fuck. Like, I'd do it a couple of times and see if it goes demon again. Look, I'm ready to accept your bits if you want to. I'd love to hear it be demon. But yeah, I'm not trying to like steal, not that it would be stealing, but like I'm not trying to copy exactly what Lyric does, obviously. But if I can bring like some aspects of that in, I think that would be fun. And like, I like the idea of not being tied to a game because sometimes everyone's like, this would be really fun to watch. And then you start it and then everyone's like, actually, this isn't fun to watch and leaves. And then you feel like, oh, well, I promised I'd play it, so I will play it. But like, there's nobody watching and you're like, oh, that's depressing. You know what I mean? So it's nice to be able to be like, right, on to the next one. Because I think that is fun and good and entertaining. And yeah, I think having some things that we can, oh my God, what the fuck is this going to be? Not pee-pee. Oh no. He died. He tried, but then he died. He hit you with a blue. Hang on, let's replay it once. We'll see if we can get more of it before it has a full seizure. Blue. 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 No. I replayed it, but it's not happening. You actually got more the first time.
Be beer.
That was a completely different...
D. You are one of the lucky ones. In beer. L.
How does PL become you are one of the lucky ones? Great, I'm gonna die tonight. I don't want if I was gonna be killed by a demon, could it not have happened earlier? Did I literally have to deal with this entire year and then get killed by a demon? Ridiculous. That's fully a demon. How was he... How did it do that?
Yes. I fucked it up. It's...
Hate that. Ah!
There we go. Also, I gotta see if someone clipped my bits from Fred's stream yesterday. Narrator had to be dramatic for me.
Oh, I would like to
You
say...
won't die tonight, you're one of the lucky ones. Sheldon, however.
Don't! Maybe it was a demon, but we'll never know for sure. And then he gets buried in a mushroom coffin. And it'll be a perfect cube. Look like a sugar cube! No, Sheldon, survive the night, please! I don't want Sheldon to die. He's one of my all-time favorites. I hope the demon doesn't get him, but I also don't want the demon to get me. But I'd rather the demon gets me than Sheldon. I think he enjoys being alive more than me. You know? Like, in the rankings, I think he's quite high up. I think he's having a good time. This lip balm is unironically cherry. It's really nice. Not fucking that steak. Okay. So, yeah, I will say, if you are here and you've been enjoying the streams and you've seen funny moments happening, not necessarily today, like, what the fuck have we done today? Nothing. But in general, especially when I'm playing games and stuff, okay, I'm being vulnerable here. I went into the clips bit of my channel. No. To see if there are any clips for a going live tweet. Why did he say lem? Like he was about to say lemony. Why did he say lem? Okay, I'm replaying it to see if we can find out what he was about to say. Because that was suspicious as fuck. Too close. But I haven't had a clip. Oh, don't tell me this doesn't bloody work. Go on, flip me. Hang on.
Will, but be and but die.
Stop. That was the sound of my last brain cell dying.
Lil with beer.
Ugh! I did not like that. Can somebody else redeem flip camera and see if I just fixed it? Before my murder. Lil with beer. Who isn't? Those demons gotta be high. Da, da, da. It worked! Oh, I hate that. You know what? I am so comfortable with looking at my face. I am so comfortable with hearing my own voice now after years of streaming. But seeing me flipped, I was like, ugh! It's like, go, it's the same. It's the same. Look, it's all working. Okay, when I start the stream, I need to reset that to make sure it actually works. Sorry about the scam swirl. It wasn't intentional. Whoa! Demon here. Demon here. Coming for your organs. No comment. But yes. Whoa. Oh. Do, do, do. It's the past. That's a neon light. You can't. The fireworks are in black and white now. That's funny. Oh well. Yes, that's me when I get eaten by a demon. Not like that. Not in any of the fun ways. 2 thumbs down. Ugly demon. Yeah. Yeah, look, fireworks pretty. It explodes. You see, it's like, whee! It's pretty cool. I like that one. But yeah, everything's working. The light is working. Question. I'm not saying I'm going to do it because it would be like down the line. But do we want more squiggle? Because this is 5 meters of squiggle. Do we want more, or do we feel like this is a good amount of squiggle? Interested in your take. Oh, God. Oh, God. What's going on?
You ara. You ara.
A classic.
Ara. You ara.
Are you ready? Crabs! I gave up. Typical man.
Yeah, it's Govi. I think you can connect them. I think you can. I'm not 100% sure, but I think you can. And also, I think you can get them to sync up. That was amazing. That was actually stunning. That one was great. So yeah, I might get another 5 meters. Not right now. There's no need to get it right now. But I might get it at some point. In which case, we can make more squiggle. Or you could even make a different shape if you wanted to. Like, I like the squiggle. I'm kind of pro squiggle. But like, also, we could have a different shape. Because some of the Govi, like, pre-programmed shapes you can do are complex. And there's no way you could do it with just 5 meters. Like, they've got, like, full fucking lemon shape? No, that would be silly. Lemons are mostly empty space. How do you make a lemon shape? Like, it would just be like, bloop. You know? People would think it was a titty. Just like my head. Yeah, I don't think we can do it lemon shaped. But I am going to move my lemon. I don't know if you guys remember that off my throne wish list. So that my head have spirals down the middle. Make it more bodied. Compact squiggle with a lot of squiggle. Okay. Well, basically, this was like £75. Last time I looked, it was £90 or £95 for some fucking reason. So I'm not going to buy a new one right now, but I am considering getting another one. Outline, map, shape of Birmingham. That's valid. That is valid. Like, because in the grand scheme of things I could be spending my money on right now, especially for content creation, extra squiggles is not that important. But I was just thinking about it and I was like, I think I would like more. I think you can keep that. You know what, John? You keep that. That's fine. You keep that. I don't really want it to go too behind my head because I think it could end up looking really weird if it's like just sticking out. Do you know what I mean? But I think we could do a more complex squiggly pattern, or we could try and do like a lemon or like a tree, maybe, like, so it looks like there's lemons coming off it or something if we want to go lemon centric. But like, we could play around with it. But I think if I'm going to try and do something like that, we got to get more, you know? Sun. Yeah. So let me have a look. Is it still that expensive? Here comes the sun. Do, 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 do. It's 25% off again. So it went up to £99.99 and it's down to £74. So lemon slice. Lemon slice is an interesting take. I was talking about the spiral down to the center of a lemon. So wait, hold your bobs. Okay. Also, I didn't want to go like too like matchy with the theme. I thought you guys might think it was lame. So wait, we're in paint. Paint has hit the Pentagon. Wait, what? Damn it, now I'll never be let back into America. Okay, let's make this thick. So, right, lemon options. We can do... Oh, okay, that looks like a fucking pear. Get it together, Emily. Okay, slow. Right, got leaf, activity, bink, 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 bink. It's a lemon, right? Thank you. Thank you. Get a big poster and follow the outline. Wait, what? But we could also do... a slice. A lemon slice. Lemon slice. Like this. Right? So we got option A. Option B. Maybe we'll put some more lines in. I don't know. Something like that. It's getting a little orangey up in here. We'll remove those. I feel like we defo need a lemon. Okay. Okay. If that's what you think. Option C. Is it gonna work?
Here comes the sun, Bikini Bottom sang, as it fucking spawned up above on Bikini Atoll. Radiation then mutated the local fauna and flora even more, and we got a sentient sponge and starfish. Fucking furries.
Don't! What the shit went down at the Bikini Atoll is psychotic. Don't even get me started on Bikini Atoll. Alright, don't. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this wiggly fucking thing? Nonsense. Alright, so... Wait, that's not even how it would look! Oh. My one brain cell just died. Okay, so like, imagine it's like yellow on the outside. I really shot the bed on this one, didn't I? Awful. But like, we've got like this activity, you know, we've got some of this behavior. Lemon, 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 lemon. So you think, I don't see how I can give it a face though, is the issue. All right, I'm kind of shitting all over these. I'm just going to undo this. But like, imagine it's yellow, you know? You like C? Okay. Then are there any other options? We could do... Okay, so we could do like this. Okay, lock in, Emily. Ah, I fucked it at the end. That's not a good leaf. Huh? Back. Do you know what I mean? It's like a carrot. Okay. So do you think I need to make it thicker? Should I redo? Okay, we're going to redo it. We're going to make it less carroty. Starting now. I fooked the leaf again. But imagine. Do you know what I mean? So, yes. Fuck yes. That's the one. Okay. So. A, I think, is out, right? I think we all think A is a flop. So we hang it in the Louvre. That seems fair. So I think everyone's against A, right? Nobody's team A, and that's totally fair. Yeah. Like, raise your hand if you're down for scratching A off the board of potential. Or, like, if you still think it has hope. Because I think... Okay. I'm going to be realistic. Okay, so let's get A out of it. I think the leaf would be complicated. I like A, but not as much is D or B. Okay, because I think C is cool. However, I think it's going to look like a wheel. I think it's just going to be giving wheel. I don't think it's going to be giving lemon unless it is always yellow, which it isn't, because obviously you guys get to change the color. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts. If it's like that, you're like, oh, it's pretty lemony, right? But if it's like that, you're like, what's this bisexual wheel doing here? You know? So, well, the subs and stuff are citrus colors. And also, that's my other thought, is getting the spokes, right? Because if you, basically, right, it's always going to have connections. There's no perfect thing, right? So, like, this is going to go round, and then it's just going to have to jump, and then go round, and then go across. And then if I try and go across again, it gets real thick. So, like, I personally think C is not that doable. And therefore, for that reason, I think C is out. Leaving us with B and D. Now, B has potential because you can go like 1, 2, right? With one of them. And then you can go like 3, 4, 6. From a graph theory perspective, B is doable. I totally get that. Like, I do. Because, like, you could have it going like this, for example. And then, like, try and fill in the gaps. It could be an orange or a lime, depending on the color. True. It could be all kinds of things. I mean, I think, potentially, D would give us the most fun with patterns as well. Like, if you're doing fireworks up D, it'd be like, pew, pew, pew. I think that would be cool. History designs from neon signs. That rhymes. 1, 2. Well, so here's the thing about the neon sign designs, right? They're really cool. However, let's say with this one, right? The reason I couldn't do something like this is if you look at all these dead ends, what they've done there, well, in real neon lights, what they would have done is literally like paint over it in black and like do it like that. So all it needs to do is, if this is real neon, then all these need to do is be encapsulated and then get electricity. You can't do that with this because this is all one line. Does that make sense? There's no like breaks in it that are possible, so I can't really do that. Okay, you think D is the most simple to assemble? I do agree. I do. I think you're quite correct on that one. And so, like, yeah, that's the issue with basically all of these ones that you've got here, is that they all require there to be, like, line breaks. I think this one's slightly more doable because you could at least get this bit in a line. The thing is, though, you're not going to get that angle. You're not. It's just never going to look that perfect. So, okay, I think D is the answer. I guess what I can do is play around with what I've already got. I think we can confidently say that's not enough, right? In which case, I'm going to have to wait until I have the cash to spend another 75 quid on unnecessary lights. Do you know what I mean? Which might be a minute, but that's okay because we're not in a rush. Things can come together slowly. But I will... The other thing is, though, because we're like, it needs to be a lemon, but I am about to bring over the lemon... Yeah, they're really easy to stick to the wall. And I've got extras. I am about to bring over the lemon LED light that you guys bought me off Throne. Peachy, that's very sweet of you.
Hashtag light fund.
That is very kind of you. But yeah, obviously, like, you know, it's not like... It's a matter of priority. But thank you, Peachy. You're a queen. But yeah, so I am going to bring over the little lemon light in the meantime that you guys bought me off Throne. So I'm going to put that up, and then we might not want to go the lemon route because we'll already have a lemon. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to bring that one over for the next stream. I'll put it like here or something, and then we'll see what the vibe is. Like how it feels, how lemony it feels. Because we could just then go like a more complex squirrel if we wanted to. Hi, Snurd. How you doing? But yeah, I think we've got to the bottom of the lighting situation, which is nice. Thank you. I will say, I'm actually feeling pretty good. I feel like I'm not looking pretty good. I'm looking like quite tired, but that's okay. I'm feeling pretty good given my little tummy ache, which is nice. But I might call it there. I look comfy. Thank you. Yeah, I am. I just doing a comfy chill one. You know, I feel like I end up putting a lot of pressure on myself when I'm not feeling 100%. Oh, thanks, Will.
Light Fund.
Thanks. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still on no coffee for a bit. Are we light funding? Yeah, the people want the lemon, and the lemon requires more light. So, Peachy has started #light fund, which is very sweet of her. So that I can get another 5 meters. But as I said, I will get it. We're just not in a rush. We'll get it in time. There are more important things to invest money into right now. Blah, blah, blah. How do you feel about matcha? I love matcha. I was drinking non-matcha, but regular green tea this fair day. I like matcha a lot. I don't make it at home that much because if I'm going to have a milky drink, if I'm going to make like a latte, I'm just going to make a latte. But I still really like it. It's just annoying. Sometimes you get it at like a coffee shop and they literally just dump some powder and some milk and it's like bitter and you get chunks of green in your teeth and you're like, what have you done? I hate you. But yeah, I want to try yerba mate. You stop drinking hot drinks? That's crazy. Any of them? That's wild. Yeah, I want to try yerba mate. Because it looks fucking crazy. But it's from South America and I live in Europe, so it's far and ting. Yeah, I'd love to try it, but like, I probably have to go to South America to actually try it legit. Because like, you need a special cup for it. Yeah, but like, you need the cup, you need the whole thing, you know? I feel like I'd fuck it up. I'd end up, like, you need to like pack it in and then pour water on it and then like, sip it and push it to one side. I need an expert to teach me. But maybe I'll just try it one day. Maybe I'll just give it a go. But yeah, so it's like this, and then like sometimes they dust stuff on top of it, so it looks like a little grass. And like, I love the idea of a drink you can just keep refilling. Iced coffee or water? Yeah, iced coffee, baby. Love that. Oh, I see. But I do really want to try it. But you gotta get the fun spoon to drink it. It'd be cool. I'd be so interested. Why do you feel like everyone's moving to Argentina at the moment? I've seen like 3 people who are like moving to Argentina and I'm like, what's going on in Argentina? Because like, what is going on?
And as chat gathered together around their streamer, chanting, "Lights, lights, lights," Emily felt comforted and warm. Then she realized she had inadvertently become the head of a cult. She evilly laughed and realized the power she now held against her enemies.
That was crazy! What the fuck? Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, no, I know about some people. People posting on TikTok being like, I'm half Argentinian, half German, and everyone's like, oh god. I did laugh before, like he said I would.
You know,
Oh yeah, I just wanted to do an update, which I actually thought was pretty cool. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. It's been popping the fuck off. Oh, this is good.
Though they slept soundly, for they were unknowing of the despair scheduled for them and their wicked ways. But soon they would learn.
Good heavens! It's an Argentinian. I feel attacked. Are you a German Argentinian? That's all I'm saying. We know who moved over. Look. Yes. Did Nazis run away to Argentina? Sure. but more of them stayed in Germany. And I've been to Germany a bunch of times. All right. So it is what it is. John, thank you for the bits. You are so great. Is he secretly buried there? I thought it was on the moon or something. Look, I don't know why everyone's so obsessed with like rewriting. Like Hitler blew his brains out. It's funny. Fucking loser. 100% Argentinian, but a British national, so no Nazi in me. Good news. Good news. I'm not gonna lie. Argentina's just been coming up a lot for me this week, and I would love to go. Because I'd love to go to South America in general, and I've never been. And I looked up how long it takes to get to Argentina. That flight is long as hell. I'm not gonna lie, it stressed me out. It was giving me New Zealand feelings when you're on the end of the earth, you know? But like, I would like to go. I've heard only good things, especially about the steak. Now, I do want to say, first of all, maybe I will try your yerba mate hookup. Like, if you've got an Argentinian hookup, maybe I should just try it. I'm going in June to see my family, and it's a trek, but it's a beautiful place with great beef. See, I'm locked in. Beef's good. No, I'd love to go. I do. I've never been to anywhere in South America, so I would very much like to. And like, but it's so far that it feels like, well, I have to see a few countries and then I made a palaver out of it, you know? And you have strict limitations on luggage size without paying a fortune extra. I'll go in the summer, baby. Just pack a couple of skirts. But yeah, it'll be fine. You can wash clothes. Who cares? But yeah, guys, one last thing that I actually think you guys need to know about is, I don't know if you've seen, there has been YouTuber beef occurring. And Noah Sampson, who is a YouTuber who writes like leftist video essays and stuff, he posted a video talking about content creators who are supporting genocide, which included talking about like Ethan Klein from H3 and Mudahar from Some Ordinary Gamers and all that sort of stuff, right? And so he posted this video which was like an hour long and really explained himself, and Ethan saw the title and was like, right, I'm gonna sue you, which is shit, because obviously Ethan is a millionaire and Noah Sampson is not. So he was kind of like, shit. But they were like, right, you've got 3 weeks, take down your video. If you don't take it down, we're going to sue you. Well, the 3 weeks has passed. He's not taken down the video, and they thus far haven't sued him. So he has decided to do this like mega marathon stream to raise money, but not for his potential legal defense, instead for Palestine, which is fucking awesome. And so he set his goal at $200,000. And thus far, he has raised $409,827, right? So if you guys have been thinking you would like to chip in, the money is going to UNRWA, which is the UN something. Fuck, I can't remember what it is. Yeah, baby.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. The United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees. UNRWA. So, Strether, you're the best. Yeah, I'm saying it right. I'm getting bullied. Yes. So he is raising money for them so that they can get food and water to the Palestinian community who are being starved and genocided. Yeah, you got the acronym right. I hadn't actually heard of them before. I've seen a lot of charities that are raising money, but I think like when it comes to like large scale like food and water provisions, the UN are like the best hope that we have. And bearing in mind the UN is still working in the area, even though Israel have killed like a fuck ton of UN workers, which is like strictly off the table, strictly a war crime, strictly not something you can do. But they keep doing it, and the UN keep working in that area because these people are brave as fuck. If you are looking to chip in to support, I'm just going to pop the link in here, and you want to get involved in that, like, go for it. You obviously do not have to, but you know that I like to fundraise for Palestine anyway. And I will also say that that's not even all the money, because each stream, they have had some fundraising going on, like, that's built into YouTube. But the issue is, with the YouTube stream, it has to go down every 12 hours and get restarted to save the VOD. So, they keep having to start it and stop it, which means that we don't really have, like, a total idea. It says 70 plus 78k from YouTube. So I think that they are legitimately nearing 500,000, which is crazy. So anyway, if you want to chip in, definitely do it. It's a really good cause, and I also think that it does a good way of kind of shutting up all this stupid fucking drama when, like, the focus should be on, like, Palestine and Palestinians, not on someone said this, someone said that, you've offended me and my wife's upset. No one cares. Like, it is irrelevant. And this, like, perpetual argument about whether or not it can be called a genocide or whether or not, it's like, shut up. Like, shut the fuck up. So anyway, I do think that's good. I just wanted to get, and your wife's a slag. Yeah, exactly. You and your wife, bloody slags. Yeah, and it is really annoying because, like, I'm not even sitting there going, like, you can't have confusing feelings about it as an Israeli person. You know, you might feel defensive of the place that you've lived, but, like, to be real, that literally doesn't matter. That's like a pea in the ocean. It is irrelevant. Nobody cares, you know? IDF shot a bunch of diplomats on an official visit to one of the refugee camps earlier. I would not be in the least bit surprised. That is the most IDF thing I've ever heard. Or IOF. IDF diplomats. But, like, the atrocities are constant. Gaza Live. British diplomats amongst those caught up in West Bank shooting. Caught up. Was it a drive-by? As Netanyahu says, IDF has likely killed Hamas leader. Oh, that's convenient. I thought they'd already killed him. Oh, we just killed all the diplomats, but don't worry, we got another guy. Turkey, Germany, and Ireland condemned Israel after troops fired warning shots near diplomats visiting the West Bank in Gaza. Palestinians are still waiting for aid. Follow the latest now. Yeah, and the UK is still sending 4 million in aid, not including all the fucking companies that we work with over here who are funding this shit. Warning shots, yeah. Yeah, it's psychopathic. The whole thing is fucking psycho. Now, if you look into it, like, the least bit, the atrocities are just insane. Like, every day it's just the worst thing you ever heard in your fucking life. You know? And, like, yeah. It sucks. So, if you want to chip in a little bit and help out, you can. Obviously, I'm not organizing the fundraiser or anything. I have nothing to do with it. I just thought that it was a cool thing that I've been kind of passively watching over the course of the weekend, and it's been really nice to see. So, yeah. If you want to chip in like $5 or whatever you can afford, go for it. Yeah. I've reposted a few things. If you want to see them, I've reposted a few things on my TikTok. You can, like, go along to my reposts. And I've reposted a few things that are about Palestine, which are really interesting. There's one. This is probably going to make noise now. Okay, whatever. Reposts.
Mother, forgive.
This is the first repost that I posted. I won't play the whole thing now because I think it's like 10 minutes long. But it's my last repost. And if you want to go and watch something really, really, like, hard-hitting and, like, well-made, I thought this was pretty incredible. And, yeah, I reposted it. It's not difficult, you'd think, Strother, would you? Just don't fucking do it. But unfortunately, here we are. Yeah, that's totally fair. No, it was really good and really interesting. But yeah, watch it if and when you feel ready to, you know? Like, at the end of the day...
As people looked back and wondered, how did we get here? A shadowy figure in the back of the room dragged on his cigarette. In a gruff voice, he barked out, "The idiots blame politics on either side, but it was that goddamned gorilla."
I will say, I have personally been boycotting all Israeli products since I was a teenager. All right, this shit has been going on dare I say it, pre-Harambe. We've got pre and post Harambe. Shit, it's fucked. But yeah, if you feel like you want to see some of what's going on because you're hearing a lot of things on both sides and you're not sure what to believe, it's worth putting yourself in enough to at least understand the situation so that you can start speaking from a position of like understanding the facts rather than playing this like bullshit, oh, the right to defend themselves, like all this shit that is essentially based in nothing but propaganda. Like, it's based in people just repeating the same talking points to stop everyone else from talking about it, and that sucks. So yeah, if you can and you want to, also, I will say the bits that I've seen, because obviously the stream has been going on a long time, the bits that I've seen of the Noah Samson stream have actually been really good and really entertaining. And frankly, he has sacrificed his hair. He's half blonde. He's chopped off his moustache. Like, he's been going through it. I saw right at the beginning when it started, one of the first things he did for 150,000 raised, he ate, you know, the hot chip challenge, the spicy chip. He ate the chip and he thought it would be like a bit spicy, and it destroyed him. He was like on the floor crying, and like not loudly, not in like a influencer way, in like a, oh no, what have I done? Like, yeah, he had a guest on, because he's continually having guests on the stream to like talk about stuff or do things together. And this guest was just like, is he okay? Like, it was fucked. I felt really bad for him. So he's really gone through it. Like, he was getting to a point with like spinning a wheel and stuff, you know, the classic fucking content creators trying to do a charity stream bullshit. And he was literally like, that people were like, yay, we've hit this milestone. And he was just like, oh no. And I was like, I know that feeling. You're like, let's go, guys. We're gonna, oh no, too many things at once. The chip has destroyed me. But yeah, they're doing really, really awesome stuff. And as I have said a million times, but I will say again, one actual productive thing is worth 10,000 hours of doom scrolling. So if you feel like you can't see really hard, depressing things, but there are local things happening. I just found out recently, let's go, that there is a Palestine solidarity campaign in my area. I did not even know about it. So there might be one for you. You can look up PSC in your area, and they might be like, there was literally one guy standing on the street with a flag handing out flyers, and I was like, have I missed a protest or something?
Nonsense. A slightly flat-faced and toothless man shouted back, "It was those fucking nerds in that there French circle in the ground, the Pern thingy bobber." The crowd collectively sighed, realizing they were in the presence of someone who truly wanted to make America great again.
There was nothing that could be said. The person who ran face first into the wall was beyond hope. True. Yeah, so yeah, I found out that there is a Kingston and like Richmond Palestine Solidarity campaign. If you want to look up your local area or go on the Palestine Solidarity campaign website, you might find that there is a local group that you knew nothing about, because that was exactly what happened to me when I met a man with a flag. And so if they are doing anything that maybe you can get involved in your local area, I found out that my local council stores a bunch of money in an account that is invested into companies that support the genocide, which essentially means that like 60 grand of local money is supporting the genocide, not Slay. They're protesting that right now. I was like, okay, brilliant. But yeah, met a man with a flag. Yeah, it's going to be the Glastonbury vibe. Met a man, he had a flag. There is something else you can do. There is a boycott day of action on Saturday the 31st, where they are asking people, individuals, shops, cafes and restaurants to engage in 2 key boycott actions to support Palestinians. First, boycott Israeli produce like avocados, peppers, herbs and dates. Second, boycott Coca-Cola and its brands such as Schweppes, Fanta, Sprite, Costa Coffee and Innocent Smoothies. So yeah, they're also going to be protests at supermarkets. So You can stand outside a supermarket for a bit if you want. And be like, yes, I did something. And all you did was go to Tesco's, you know? So that's nice. Yeah. So anyway, that is all there. Please do check it out. I'm going to just post that in chat as well. So there are so many productive things you could do that don't cost money, that aren't like dangerous or scary. They're just like getting involved. Every little push, massive improvement, really helps. So yeah, I wanted to send you guys loads of love. It is now nearly 11 o'clock, so I'm going to piss off. I will see you again on Sunday. Oh God, what are we going to get now?
Now listen,
Sunday,
I have to
Friday.
say something very important today. Very simple, but very important. We don't walk into walls. Okay? We just don't do it. Other people, maybe. Sleepy Joe, he might walk into a wall, probably does it all the time. But not us. When...
Oh. We're smart. No, what does Trump sound like? I don't know how to do a Trump impression. We're smart. No. I don't know. We see the wall. We go around it. We build the best walls. Beautiful walls.
Not accurate enough. Trump didn't shit on Biden for his cancer diagnosis.
Right, like you did with John McCain, where he was like, when he was like, oh, you wouldn't see me getting fucking taken prisoner of war. Psycho. Like, that was definitely a moment where I was like, oh, his brain's broken. Like, he doesn't, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, whenever that happened, I already thought poorly of Donald Trump, but it's like, saying that shows such a lack of understanding and, like, empathy. Like, he couldn't even, he's like, I'd never be involved in that, so it would just never happen to me, and I'm like, you're crazy. Trump saying Biden has stage 9 cancer. No, he did not say that, did he? Stage 9. Christ. Are you joking? I'm looking it up. Fucking hell. Trump says somebody is not telling the facts about Biden's cancer diagnosis. I think it's very sad, actually, Trump said when taking questions at the Oval Office. I'm surprised it wasn't, the public wasn't notified a long time ago, because to get to stage 9, that's a long time. What the fuck? You got the president out here saying stage 9 cancer. Oh my god. Yeah, I will say, when Trump was going on about boasting that he always passed the mental health screenings and tests, right?
When people shit on Jill Biden for not realizing her husband had cancer. Her doctorate isn't in fucking medicine.
What? That's the most insane thing to shit on your
He's a war hero because he was captured. Okay? And I believe perhaps he's a war hero, but right now he said some very bad things about a lot of people. So what I said is, John McCain, I disagree with him that these people aren't crazy. And very important.
And I speak the truth. He graduated last in his class at Annapolis. What the hell is Annapolis? I don't even know shit about that. I don't want to defend John McCain. He was a prick as well. Just like way less of a prick, but still a prick. Like, don't make me side with Republicans. Trump's breaking the GTS bot. John McCain made the oven chips. You guys are killing me. Naval War College. Wow. That's a thing? That's cool. Why? I mean, no, like, don't go to war. Don't, war bad. But like, oh, that exists. The TTS bot can't just make such lies. True. Very true. It's struggling. It's hanging by a thread out here. It's like, I'm trying to handle this. But I can't do it. I feel like there was one more thing I was going to say. Maybe I was going to make more fun of Donald Trump. It's never a bad maneuver. Oh, you lost all your points. What are these points? From whence do you get them? Damn, just gave me images of potato smileys. Fuck! I've meal prepped some like healthy meals for the week. But I would slam just a big plate of potato smileys right now. Because I have a tummy ache. So eating things that are good for me makes my tummy hurt. But I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to eat the nice meal that I've prepared. The cognitive test. Yes! He aces the cognitive test. Strether, you're making me ace the cognitive test. Yeah, it's like the cognitive test they've been making him take.
I don't break any bots. I have the best bots. They are great bots. Not like these Democratic bots. They are terrible bots, always breaking, like those RuneScape bots. My bots are like Russian bots, the best bots.
Don't. You've got me thinking about the bot lane now. My breastless wife or whatever was going on. Topless wife, double sandwich. Yes! So, like, okay, this isn't the exact piece of paper. In fact, I saw it on Twitter initially. Ugh, this is deeply depressing. First of all, so I'm on dementia.co.uk, right?
White wax.
Yeah, baby. Deets! Thank you for 2 years and a tier 2 sub. That is iconic. You are the best. Jiggle a lemon, spin a lemon. You know the rules. So this isn't it. Also, the fucking dementia website is using AI images. You can't... Dementia fucking website can't get a picture of old people. If the dementia website can't get a picture of old people, who the fuck can? Anyway, fucking knobheads. Anyway, word association tests. Our brains store thousands of words over our lifetime. Being unable to retrieve or group them together under basic categories may point to early memory issues. Ask the person to name as many animals as they can in 1 minute. Then ask them to name as many types of fruit as they can in 1 minute. A healthy adult can name 20 to 25 items. Somebody with potential memory issues can only name 10 to 15 or fewer. The clock test is one of the most effective and widely used screening tools for dementia, both by doctors and caregivers. It assesses memory, visual spatial awareness, and executive function. How to do it. Draw a clock on a blank sheet of paper. Add the numbers 1 through 12 in the correct order. Draw a hand showing a specific time, like 3 o'clock. And then you get 1 point for each. And this is what Trump is... Like, this is what Trump is saying is normal. He's like, yes, I'm acing these tests. What you can draw, you can draw 3 o'clock on a clock. That's crazy. Well, Trump is not a modern child. He's an old man. Wait, maybe, okay. Should I test myself? How many animals can I name in 1 minute? Okay, can you guys add them up for me? So, because I need to set myself an alarm. Hang on, I'm going to set an alarm for 1 minute so that we know how long it is. And we'll see how unreasonable that seems. Timer. Uno minuto. That's an hour. Come on. Can't set time. That's seconds. No, it wasn't an hour. It was a minute. Right, 1 minute. Yeah, but now I'm going to get performance anxiety. Thank you, Deets. They're actually changeable on the stream so people can do it. Right. Okay, I'm going to name as many animals as I can. Lion, tiger, giraffe, zebra, elephant, cat, dog. Is a caterpillar an animal? I'm not sure. Spider, mouse, rat, fish, cod. That's an animal. Butterfly, whale, dolphin, killer whale, narwhal, shark, great white shark, nurse shark, fucking loads of them, bruv. There's loads of animals. Badger, fox, chicken, goose, duck, squirrel, red squirrel, and more. fucking leopard, cheetah, warthog, hyena, and more. Great. How did I do? Who counted? 33. Brilliant. A healthy adult names 20 to 25 and I named 33. So yeah, being able to ace that test is probably not that impressive. I'm going to say. Trump being like, I don't know, some of them are questionable. Which ones? Which are questionable? Don't come at me about cod. Cod's a real animal. Just because it's in the sea. Cod is definitely an animal. They didn't say land mammals exclusively. Like, what's cod? A fucking plant? I could have said coral. That's an animal. Yeah, it didn't say mammals on the land. But you said fish? Well, you can write off fish. I jumped off to cod. Goldfish, then. All right, so I'm down to 32. Sure. Look, I'll take 32. I'll take fish not being in there. You know? I'm just saying, I didn't count. I did the timing. I will say, though, I think fruit might be harder. Because, like, there aren't as many fruits, surely. You reckon? Okay, hang on. One more minute. We're going to do fruits. You guys need to count, okay? Because I'm only one person gave me a number. And I don't know if they can be trusted because they think cod isn't a fucking animal. All right. Fruit report again. Haken series. Right, okay. Strawberry, blueberry, blackberry, cranberry, apple, orange, banana, passion fruit, mango, melon. Well, okay. Cantaloupe melon, honeydew melon, watermelon, durian, custard apple, ow, some fucking cunt just got my eye. Oh, fucking hell. We're in a disaster. Blueberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, raspberry. I don't know if I've said the same things. Pineapple, did I say that one? I'm not sure. Grapefruit, grapes, black and white grapes, candy floss grapes, those really sweet ones. Can I name different kinds of apple? Brambly, Granny Smith, Cox. I've got shit in my eye. And more. 3, 2, 1. That was definitely over 20. I'm pretty sure. But like it was harder. I think. 26. You see? Shit. That was only 1 over the average. I will say though, some bastard's got in my eye. I think without that, I could have got a couple more. There is a Cox apple. It's a... Never call me a silly bean again. Oh my god! Don't look that up. Okay, it's real. I spelt it wrong. I can see penises now. They're blurry, but they're there. Okay, they're off. The penises are gone. It's an apple. As is... They were right there. They were blurred out, but they were right there. But I'm not sure if varieties can count. I'm not sure. But I think in terms of the test... Oh my god, I don't think I said lemon. No, I didn't. I googled apple. I googled Cox apple. I got both, okay? Candy floss grapes is a grape. Have you never seen them? Look. It's a real thing. Hybrid variety of grapes with naturally occurring cotton candy flavor. That's funny. The Irish do not like it though if you say the British people are Irish, so yeah, no, watch out. I'm just telling you they're real. I wouldn't call it a grape, more of a chemical they put in them. I don't think that it's chemical. I think it's just they bred a specifically sweet grape, which like is normal because that's how we made all of our fruits. That's literally how any citrus exists. Everyone's giving me shit for naming like types of apple, but like no one is giving me credit for saying durian or fucking custard apple, breadfruit. That's another one. Star fruit. Should have just gone through shit you can grow in Stardew Valley. But custard apples are really nice. Really nice. Jackfruit, yeah. You see, I got distracted by durian because that's a gigantic spiky fruit, but jackfruit is also gigantic and spiky. It's just a different fruit. It's like, but they're similar vibes, you know? I'd like to try durian though, but I've never tried it. But yeah. Custard apples are really good. They don't look good. I was going to show you guys, but I'll put you off. I mean, that's true. I think the point of it is more just to... It's not... I don't think you're going to get diagnosed exclusively by knowing fruit. You know what I mean? I think that... Or not knowing fruit. I think what they're going to do is just try and see if you can, like, pull out the big boys, you know? I still have shit in my eye. No, okay, diagnosed as medically poor. Look, I don't know. There was always, I guess it's because I grew up in London, and also my family are Italian, so like I got exposed to like different stuff. Like I didn't even say prickly pear, and those were around all the time. But like a lot of the fruits I used to eat were
The
like...
only thing I ever needed to see to not want to try durian is those Irish reactors eating different durian shit, including the fruit.
Look, I'm going to be real with you. I am not trying to start on the Irish, because I'm not. I have great respect for the Irish. But I have seen and eaten their food, alright? I'm not saying that durian is all good or all bad. But I'm just saying the average Irish palate would probably combust at the concept. You know? So like, also, do reactors have... I've seen them drink their whiskey, they're equally qualified. I think Scottish whiskey is better. There's more variety in Scottish whiskey, in my opinion. But I'm not totally against all Irish things by any means. You know, the spice bag is a work of genius. But by and large, it is a lot of boiled things, you know? I fully appreciate that. Like, they're not my lords. Not my fucking lord, I'll tell you that. But yeah, that like I just think that like throwing them in at a deep end with a durian might be a bit much. And I do think the same is true for the average English palate. Like, I mean, this is what I was saying, was like when I grew up, my parents like flat out had like no fucking money. It was not good. Like no central heating. We used to like steal wood and burn it. Like not cute. I think it really did not help with my asthma. In hindsight. But the one thing I will say is that we used to buy a lot of food at like local markets, or like at the end of the day when stuff got cheap. And so like the cheapest fruit I used to be able to get my hands on were lychees. I ate why didn't I say lychee? I ate like 1 billion lychees, and I used to get made fun of all the time because they were like weird. But so like for me, a lychee was something that was like accessible, but then other people in other parts of the country would be like, what the fuck's a lychee, you know?
Do you think the stereotype of British cuisine was from people not being able to differentiate Irish and British accents? And it was actually Irish cuisine that people thought was bland and shite. Sips.
They both have their downsides, and I'm sure they both have their upsides. I can't speak fully on Irish food because I am not Irish. However, a lot of it overlaps, and a lot of it is cabbage based. I think England's reliance on certain... There are certain things that are definitely better in England and in Britain, but I think that they both have a propensity to blandness due to our position in the northern hemisphere, you know? My fucking palate moistened its gusset at a fucking kiwi the first time I encountered one, so yeah, agreed. Wait, so how did you feel about a kiwi? I fucking love kiwis. Did I say kiwi? I don't know. But yeah, I would like to try a durian. I probably wouldn't like it because it probably would be too much for me. I'd probably just be overwhelmed by its strangeness to my palate. But I don't know. Tried to go back and clip, but you couldn't? Is that why I haven't had any clips? Hang on. I haven't had any clips, no joke, since February. And I don't know why. I just thought I'm a flop. I don't know why. Shut up, Emily. I thought I'm a flop. Have I changed the setting? You don't even see clips as an option. Well, what has happened? What? I could clip from the literal second you finished. Okay, so you can clip. Could someone try and make a clip? Dashboard. Brackets confessional. Like, content? Is there a way I can, like, stop people from doing clips? Is that the problem? Stream? Channel? Moderation? Fuck. Okay, I'll look at this later. Yeah, you would. The Irish accent does get a lot of peen. To be honest, I've always felt that way about a Scottish accent. I don't know what it is about a Scottish accent, but damn. And I know you guys are going to post some god-awful clip, but, you know, it's not a crime. Right. Well, we'll try and get to the bottom of the clip situation next stream because I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. You think a Southern UK accent is the one? Oh, how interesting. I will see you again on Friday. Tomorrow is when I get my brain tuned up. I will be posting here, there, and everywhere. There will be a new podcast episode, blah, blah, blah. So subscribe to anything that you haven't subscribed to. And I will see you all on Friday. Thank you for such a nice chill stream. It really made me feel a lot better. And hopefully I can work out why the fuck I can't get clips. We shall see. You made a clip to test it? Hold your bobs. Do I have a clip? Well, it's not in my clips list yet, but maybe it just has not propagated. It would be exciting if true. I have a clip. I have a fucking clip. I have a clip. Look at my muscles. Quiver. Okay. We have a clip. Success. I'm going to try and encourage you guys to clip. It would make my life much better. Sorry, I'm exploding. See you on Friday. Let me get some music. Let's try and get a banger. Our Lake District is very north. As a northerner, I hate northerners. Why'd you hate northerners? Wait, I'll find this out later. I can't. I've got to end. But I do want to know why. Fucking Lake District's gorgeous, though. Unbelievable. You can't hate northerners and then be making 6 more northerners. No, I'm just kidding. Look, I've heard good things. I've heard they're friendly. All right, what we got? This is funk. See if we feel... Is it funky? This is more seductive. You feeling seduced? Okay, we can go out on this. Right, see you all on Friday. Please follow if you're new. Farewell.
Sadly, Emily had decided it was time to end, due to it being 11:15. The chat, with their hearts and heads hung low, accepted the time had come and slowly filtered out while 80s porn music played the stream out. But they would return joyous on Friday.